All right. All right. What is up, everybody? It's Friday. It is time for some pro replay casting. Who do we have here today? We have Bisu. We have Effort. We've got Queen and Rush and Rain. We got some great names here for you for the pro replay casting for a Friday. Gonna be a good one. Ultra's already got to start up on the right foot, thanks to a new promotion that Discord that Twitch is doing. Apparently, until October 1st, one bonus gift sub will be added for every 5 purchased. So he's like, well, I got to test that out. I'm the gifted sub guy around here. So he gifted 5 subs, and then a bonus one did end up getting tossed out here too. I don't know who got the bonus one necessarily. Well, actually, did he say bonus sub gift was added by added by Valorant. Oh, it's a Valorant promotion. And it triggered a hype train. So yeah, before the stream started, we're already 6 gifted subs up. Awesome stuff, man. Thank you, Ultra. Gotta do that science, dude. Gotta do it. So yeah, who got gifted subs today? Anybody I know? Absolutely not. I might recognize Ellie Butt, but I'm not entirely sure. So, updating the purple dimension manually because it won't do that automatically. We've got a quick maths here. Wait, I have 2 calculator apps running. That's not how we do things. 229 plus a solid 30, 259 on the week. Awesome and wonderful and stuff. Yeah, did I tell you guys on stream that the Utah State Tax Commission was like, hey, you did some math wrong on your tax return? And I was like, TurboTax did that math. I didn't do any math. I am too smart to do my own math for my taxes. I would absolutely screw it up if I was doing this manually. I pay TurboTax like $70 a year to do this. What? And they were like, just send me your W-2s. And I'm like, you don't have those? Like, is the company not required to submit their tax information on behalf of their employees to the state? Anyway, yeah, they basically sent me a bill that's like, you owe us $3,000. And I was like, I do not have $3,000 to send you right now. Please don't put me in jail. They're like, just send us your W-2s and we'll figure it out. And I was like, okay, fingers crossed, man. I sure hope this doesn't end up putting me in jail. So IPFF Food is here. Nim Onum is here too on the purple dimension. We've got Psychonaut saying, hurry up and buy now. I guess buy gifted subs. Chucky Prime in the house. Allbrand here too. Woohoo, look at all these people we got on a Friday. Excellent. That's right. Ultra's keeping the lights on. Jericho, first person in chat, either red dimension or purple dimension. Sarv is here. He told me that second A is silent. It's pronounced Sarv, not Sarav. It's just Sarv. So I'm going to try to remember that. We've got Brandon the Hobo in chat. What's up, Brandon the Hobo? Good stuff. How we're riding the rails. Connor's here. Got the Don on a Friday. Top Shelf's calling me Matthew McConaughey. All right. Man, if I was halfway as handsome or talented or successful as Matthew McConaughey, it'd be a good life to have. Just give me 50% of Matthew McConaughey's everything. Let's see. Goat is here too. What's up, Goat? Connor!
I like your style, friend.
$5 Canadian. $5 Canadian donated for the free-for-all today. Don't go to jail, Falcon. You can't do Brood War from prison. And prison would be scary with things going on right now. Is prison ever not scary? When is there a time in going to prison is not scary? What? What do I not know about what's going on? Valorant gifted a tier 1 sub to Slim Jor. Got it, Ultra. That makes sense. That Rush Jadong match needed an epic tag. It was a crazy good one, Tipo. And yeah, I got your Mihu cast. It's going to come up next week. I'm going to move some things around. Maybe I'll post it on Monday. Yeah, Monday sounds good for that Mihu versus Snow game. Gotta shank the biggest guy day 1. I know, but that's always been the case. There's nothing recent about that. Most exciting videos I've seen all year. It was a great TVZ. It was super awesome. For sure. Anyway, let's see. Barracks has been playing well. Apparently, Flash has been coaching Barracks. Go!
I like your style, friend.
Ditto that. No prison allowed for you. Need stream.
Thank you, Goat. Appreciate the $10 Canadian Canada coming through Well, Ultra is not Canadian. America and Canada coming through today. Goes to H&R Block. Maybe I should go to H&R Block, Brandon. How much do they charge to do my taxes? Because TurboTax is cheap, but maybe you'll get what you pay for. Thanks for being a character witness for me, Goat. Da-da-da-da-da. Who's winning the ASL, asks Brandon the Hobo. I have been watching ASL. I've been watching the Tastosis casts. Probably Soma. I think Soma or Snow. Those are my two picks. I think Snow's incredibly good right now, especially late game PvZ. It's just so hard to kill him. I don't care who you are. Soulkey, it took 7 games for Soulkey to beat him last year when Soulkey was at the peak of his game. But Soma, the stuff he can do, he's very, very good right now. Very scary. And YH, I am early today. Abiz says pay your taxes. I do pay my taxes.
I like your style, friend.
Look, that's the thing. Okay, so here's an annoying thing you have to do if you are employed by YouTube or like Twitch or doing some on-the-side stuff. The government still wants their taxes. So if you have a regular 9-to-5 job, most of the time you get a W-2, and it's like, okay, we know how much you're getting paid. We're going to set aside this federal tax money and the state tax money. So at the end of the year, they have all their money already, and you don't have to be like, I owe the government $8,000. What am I going to do? So they take it automatically out of your paycheck, right? So, but if you're like getting extra money from YouTube, they still want their money. And so you have to figure out what tax you have to pay on it in advance. You estimate and then pay it throughout the year manually. It's a giant pain in the butt. And then hopefully at the end of the year, you accurately estimated your income and everything's cool and you don't owe them anything and they don't owe you anything, but it's pretty much impossible because it's just so much variance. What's up, 4 Prime? Yeah, my Dune shirt, it's backwards, but it says Dune. It's a great shirt. I like it a lot. I got it for Christmas from my kids. Dark horses. We're in the final 8 at this point, Tipo. Nobody here's a dark horse. Look, Barracks is the only guy who qualifies as a dark horse, right? Barracks is in there, but other than that, it's like, it's Bisu, and it's Effort, and it's Soma, and it's like Snow. Nobody in there is a dark horse. I mean, some people haven't won one yet. Snow hasn't won one yet. Soma hasn't won one yet. So I am picking 2 people who've never won an ASL before, but it's only Barracks, right? Sonko Magnus subbed with Prime. Oh, we love a good Prime sub here on the channel. You know why? Because it doesn't cost the subscriber anything. Anything to do it. There's not a message. That's okay. Thanks for the Prime sub. I always pause at the end because I assume there's a message coming, but sometimes there isn't. So let's go 264 on the week. 264, and we're going to run this for another couple days. This weekly support goal, both on Twitch and on the YouTubes. Yes, the Bezos bucks. Technically, Bezos is not the CEO of Amazon anymore, but he's still involved in some capacity, so I think we're okay calling it Bezos bucks. Larva's a dark horse. See, but again, I don't look at Larva and I'm like, boy, he shouldn't win, but he could. That's how I define dark horse, I guess. Is someone that I don't expect to win, but they could do it. I believe in them that they could pull it off. I look at Larva and I'm like, Larva can win. Larva is such a scary Zerg player, man. Nice 4 Prime. Is Flash in it? No. Flash said, I'm not competing in ASL 20 because he hurt his wrist and he's not in shape for it. And it's like, injuries, you can't really say anything about injuries, man. In all sports, even esports. Esports has their injuries that keep people from competition. All right, kids, what do we got? Bisu Queen, Stork and Sharp, Russian, Rain, Effort and Rain, Calm and Rain, Best and Royal. Oh, yeah. We're going to Bisu Queen this thing right off the bat on Neo Dark Origin. Wait, did I already cast this one? Did I cast this already? And I was like, I should cast this for the main channel, so I left it in the folder. Do you guys remember? You guys have brains. Wait. The CEO of Amazon reports to Bezos? Oh. Oh. Oh, I didn't know that. Never mind. It is Bezos bucks then. I am entirely misinformed, I guess. Huh. Weird. Anyways, nobody remembers. So screw it. We go. If I remember having cast this before, Bisu and Queen, I have a vague memory last Friday of casting a PvZ on this map. But I think I remember the Zerg being in the top left. We'll take a look at it. Top left, Bisu. Bottom right, Queen. Let's rock. Both of them ASL folks. Both of them ASL winners. Wait, has Bisu technically won an ASL? And I mean, he's won other premier tournaments, but there's only been 19 ASLs. So I don't know if he's won specifically an ASL before. So it looks like we're going to gate open here based on that pylon placement, and we're going to pressure with some Zealots. 2-player map. There's no reason not to pressure. It's an overpool here from Queen. This is looking familiar. The first ASL, Bisu won. There you go. What's up, Jordan? What is up? So, the gate open, the overpool, the hatch block. This is being very familiar. Did I remember there was a game I cast last Friday, and I was like, I should split this out, recast it for the main channel, because it's a killer PvZ. But sometimes also, I will leave a replay in the folder because I forgot to move it out. And I didn't intend to leave it in there, but I did. So yeah, Zealot comes down. We've got more Zealots coming down. Third hatchery getting wailed on. Not enough lings to deal with it. Yeah, not enough lings. And then more lings are produced, and then there are enough lings to handle it, and he can't actually kill the hatchery. Yeah, so then it's these lings versus another Zealot comes in, and then more lings are needed. And the Zealot production is continuing apace here. Zealot there. Forge coming in. And these guys hide behind. Okay, so yeah, we did. I don't see anyone in chat freaking out. Are these the same games that Artosis and Tasteless are casting? Sometimes. I get my replays from RJB for the vast majority of them. He has contacts with professional players. He gets replay packs from them. He finds the ones that are awesome and he forwards them to me. About a couple of years ago, he did start actually posting them in another Discord server where other casters are, like Artosis, for example, and Artosis does pull from that too. So, yeah, that was fun. That was the first time somebody was like, oh, yeah. When I post a game, they're like, oh, yeah, Artosis cast this yesterday. And I'm like, well, screw me then. Awesome. Drones getting pressed into service here. And, yeah, this is it. Spire coming in. Zealot recognizes there's a Spire coming in. So yeah, I'm remembering this game. It's a +1 attack on the Corsairs. We'll see if we get Mutalisks here or not. I mean, that's the decision the Zerg player has when the situation is. You know it's Corsairs because, look, it's killing your Overlord. Do you want to make Mutas here? Do you want to just make some Scourge and then make a lot of Hydras instead? Based on the fact I don't see a Hydra Den. It kind of feels like it's going to be a lot of Mutalisk, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm not saying it's illegal. I'm just saying I feel like a lot of my viewers are like, oh, Artosis cast this. I don't need to watch Falcon cast it. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe nobody does that. Maybe all my subscribers are like, woohoo, Falcon cast. I don't care if I've already seen this game by Artosis. I'm going to watch Falcon cast it anyway. But I don't know. I don't know. Hey, what's up? Speak of the devil, RJB. I did do this game before. Thank you, RJB. All right, so we're just going to ×2 it. We're just going to warm up a little bit. Cannon's coming in. I remember it is Mutalisks. He gets the Flyron Carapace, and I think it's just for Scourge, but then he goes, I don't have a Hydrodon, so Mutalisks it is. Fires a bunch of them up, but it's +1 Corsair, which reminds me, quick spoiler alert for Effort. Ooh, good snipe on that Corsair. Of Effort versus Snow in the ASL round of 8. The Tastosis cast did come out about 3 or 4 days ago, so I don't feel too bad spoiling this, but I just want to say one thing. There is a game where Snow opens up 2 Stargate Corsair and has like 100 Corsairs, and Effort's like, Mutas! And loses terribly. And it's just like, you guys, can we accurately recognize that your Mutalisk strategy is getting hard countered right now and not do it? And Effort's like, no! It was a very sad day. That was not a good game. I mean, is it just confidence? Is Effort just like, I can beat 2 Stargate Corsair with Mutas? No problem. I'm the best with Mutas. And it's like, no, you're actually not. You got wrecked by that. Somebody's got the Scourge, and they can kill the Corsairs if Bisu kind of screws up the micro here, but probably not going to happen. Yeah, Height of Hubris. Right, so you're just hoping that Snow screws up his Corsair control. And if your entire strategy hinges on the enemy screwing something up, it's not a good strategy, in my opinion. Like, this is 1 gate, right? This is 1 Stargate Corsair, and it's a bunch of Corsairs. It's still a lot. Another one just got added in, and then look. Bam. They just ate the Scourge. There are still 8 Corsairs remaining with +1 attack. The Mutas can't do anything anymore. They got to fly back in fear and loathing in Las Vegas. More Scourge come out. Corsairs really shouldn't be worried about 4 Scourge, but maybe they are. This is Brood War, where everyone sucks. Some just less than others. That is true. Everyone sucks at StarCraft except for Flash and, Soul Key. Everybody else sucks at StarCraft. Some people just suck a lot more than other people do. So, as I always say, I love Mutas because, look, they can bruise up Zealots, make them easier for the Hydras and Lings to kill. Thumbs up, right? They can snipe down cannons very quickly. If they're allowed to get into this position, they kill probes really fast. So I understand why Mutas happen in this matchup, but if the Corsair count is heavy enough, you're just not getting much value. Yeah, and it's just a bunch of speed lots. They've got +1/+1. The Hydras aren't going to trade very well. I don't feel like I wanted to recast this game. I just remember Queen kind of getting raffle stomped in this game. Yeah, hatch down, boo, 3 base to 3 base now. Bisu's in a great position economically. All the Mutas die because they engaged with the Corsairs. Nicely done, Queen. That's how we do. I mean, this bridge is going to be tough to come across with the Zealots just because of the Concave and the Lurkers that are coming in. And you know, I have a lot of Psystorm, but not a ton of it yet. His plan was to snipe down the cannons. No, I know, Tipo. Are you talking about the Effort and Snow game, or are you talking about this Bisu versus Queen game? Soccer didn't come from the UK and isn't their term. It is, actually. But anymore, I don't think they use it anymore, do they? I know it originated in the UK, but I think they really went to football a long time ago. And Americans just call it soccer now. So, like, I get it. People are like, only Americans call it soccer. But the British came up with it, but they abandoned it as well. They abandoned their own child. Yeah, they moved away. Effort Snow. Yeah, and again, I'm sure he had a great plan, Tipo. Sometimes they call it footy. That's true, Sonko. Which is a funny name, but the British have a lot of funny names for things. Footy. Hey, look, it's a 4th base. Hey, look, it's a 4th base. Hey, look, it's even base count. This is a map that's hard for Zerg to win anyway, because getting the extra base on this map is tough in a macro game. Getting this or getting this is crazy hard. It's far away from everything you have. It is hard to rush and defend to. Reaver Tech is on the way from Bisu, and this is what Snow does in late game PvZ that makes him so hard to deal with. It's the Reavers, the Zealots, the Dragoons, the Observers, obviously, the Archons, and then the High Templar. It's all of the splash, controlled well. Even if you have Plague, even if you have Dark Swarm, it's so hard to defeat a Protoss with that composition. We've seen it. We've seen it several times in ASL 20 so far. I'm not spoiling anything. I'm just saying it's happened. Right? Late game Protoss has looked very, very hard for Zerg to break. And also, Plagues and Dark Swarms and Cracklings are very, very hard for Protoss to deal with too in certain situations. So it's just, that's why the game is as balanced as it is. Everybody's got their own crazy overpowered stuff. Tanks are crazy good, right? Terran has their stuff as well. Irradiate's very strong against Zerg, etc., etc. Soggy turnips? What are soggy turnips, Sonko? Ooh, so Snow's games he lost against Sulky last season. He hadn't scouted Sulky and didn't know what he was doing. Yeah, no, that's fair. That is fair. I remember specifically at least 2 games where Sulky successfully hit his strategy from Snow. Snow thought it was one thing, and it was, oh, a link flood into your front door when you leave instead, and Snow fell apart. So yeah, I mean, that's Sulky being sneaky. That's him understanding tendencies. That is him recognizing what Snow wants to do and making him think that what Sulky is doing leads into that, and then Sulky completely doing something different. Yeah, Bisu's down here, and this game is over. This was over in 19 minutes. Economically, look at it. Look at this map. It's disgustingly purple. Plague. Oh, no. Yeah, and Artosis was whining about Plague in the Effort versus Snow series. He's like, oh, Plague grinding. It's broken, man. It's so good. It's so impossible. You can't stop it. And it's like, okay, yes, it's good. But, like, watch Protoss win anyway. It's not like Plague makes it impossible for Protoss to win. Just don't talk about it in a way that you're saying it's broken. Unless you want to come across and say that Psystorm is broken, because it's definitely broken too in that case. Just both really, really good abilities. There's a great Plague there. Like, sick Plague from Queen. Didn't have to lose that Defiler. That's fine. We're getting Reaver upgrades as well. Soggy turnip. A comfort dish that embraces the soggy side of life. Mashed turnips, broth, mustard, pickled herring. Wow, that does sound like a very British food, Sonko. And that's fair, Tipo. Snow got practice playing against a tricky Zerg player with Sulky, and he was ready for Effort's tricks. Yeah, and yeah, Snow's a Protoss player. YH. You just asked ChatGPT to make it up. Dang it, ChatGPT. Feedback on the Defilers. That's why RJB sent this replay in. For that feedback right there. We don't see feedback very much. It's very cool when it happens. But the rest of this game is just not anything that Queen can win. He's got the top right base, but it's late. And again, Bisu's fine with this. He was super happy when he had a base advantage. And he's now okay. He's also happy at being on even basis here on Neo Dark Sylphid. Now he's got enough Archons and Reavers to charge through Dark Swarm. He's not afraid of it anymore, as you shouldn't be. That's why Dark Swarm is not as good as Plague against Protoss, because there reaches a point. Well, actually, Plague's not very good against Archons either. Yeah, there's a point. They're trying to break in there, trying to snipe down this base. No, there's Reavers here. Trying to snipe down this base. Might get it. Maybe. Good Dark Swarm. Oh, but the top right base died. So yeah, economically, Queen losing a base and then killing one of the bases. Oh, he saved it. Okay, so yeah. Yep, that was the game. None of the bases of Bisu died. This one gets saved. Well, actually, I don't think it gets saved. It's going to die. But this one gets saved, and this one is dead. And Queen's got 700 minerals in the bank. He can't hope to remax in any sense of the term. And he can't hope to compete. So that is the game. There we go. So yeah, that was great Dark Archon usage. Those feedbacks were very cool. But otherwise, not the best PvZ I've ever seen Queen play. All right, moving into stuff I haven't cast. Stork and Sharp on Polypoid. That sounds like something I haven't done yet. Man, bam. Stork and Sharp. Bisu won the last game. Prediction rolling. And they're coming in under their names, which is always appreciated when they do that. All right. So in an actual game I haven't cast yet, bottom right, it is Stork. Bottom left, it is Sharp. We've got people watching Gamos here. Forget who Biome Red is. RJB will know. I'm not sure who Toolbo is either. Eating cream cake, says 4 Prime. Could be angel cake. Angel food cake. Angel food cake is good. It's kind of dry. Kid needs something real quick. Chomchi is Cop. Bayomet is Tyson. That's right. And then Chubal's YSC. Got it, got it, got it, got it. Nice and fluffy, but not dry. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Angel food cake I find kind of dry. But also, I think I've mostly eaten, like, store brand generic stuff that's not going to be very good anyway. All right, gate opening. We got did he go Rax Expand? Yeah, Rax Expand, which means he needs a bunker because the gas and the cyber core are here. Steve, the SCV, sees what's going on. Wants to see the further tech if it can be allowed to do so. Okay, awesome. Nailed it. YH is always spreading lies. 80% of what he says is a lie. Just keep that in mind. He is the resident troll. There's the expansion behind it. Dragoon pressure's coming in. We get some Marine, a second Marine inside the bunker, which is a big deal. Because one Marine, I think the Dragoon would have run by. But 2 Marines inside the bunker means you're taking too much damage. SCVs can finish you off. I like the block here with the barracks too, so the guy can't get in past the past the bunker there. Can't get through the racks, man. 2 factories on the way. Fantastic. What do I think of a gasless expansion? It's fine. I'm okay with it. I mean, it is annoying you have to pull off SCVs to repair the bunker. And for that reason, I don't know. I don't know if it's my favorite thing to do, but enough Terrans do it that I don't think it's a problem for them, you know? Because he's trolled once, and you troll constantly all the time, YA. See, SCVs come in, 1 SCV per Dragoon, tank shows up, and gets jumped on, gets the tank. Oh, that's so good, but Dragoon does die for it. Oh, 2 Dragoons die for that jump. I know we want to keep the tank count low, but losing 2 Dragoons for that attack seems dicey. 3rd base coming in. All right, so we got 2 tanks up. One of them died. We got fast Reaver coming in behind it too before 3rd base. Observer checks to see what's going on. Sees turrets, sees siege tanks, sees double machine shop running, which means it's one of those is going to be siege tech. One of those will be a siege mode. But we're going to try it anyway. Maybe we're going to go for the drop inside the main. Oh, seeing the shuttle out here. Maybe we're going to try to delay. We know this, right? We know how this works. Use the Reaver to delay the push. Delay the tanks from getting across the map. Because tanks parking themselves right about here means this base probably dies and this base probably dies. So you really got to slow the push down as much as you can. Allow yourself time to get into speed lots and into Psystorm and into more shuttles for drops and stuff. Oh, Vulture's got a run by. Spider-Mine's the top of the ramp. Gets a connection off there. Gets a couple probe kills and does get killed by a probe. Incredibly annoyingly. Google emojis suck. They do. Agreed. Oh, I said Google and my phone's like, are you talking to me? Yeah, your emojis suck. Get better emojis. It's 2025, for heaven's sakes. Yep, escort up here into the 4th Nexus for Stork. Science facility coming in. We're going to get some EMP action here. Maybe a little D-Matrix. Third base here. Minerals only for Sharp. What's up? Goodbye, Limits. My ripped build. I've never in my life been what anyone would ever consider ripped top shelf, but I appreciate it. All right, here we go into the third base. It is a classic attack on Polypoid where we... Oh, Reaver's on load up here. All right, getting a couple shots off. Another shot on a tank would be great. There it is, hurting the tank, staying alive. Reaver, no, does take another siege tank shot from down this way. And I think there's enough Terran to shut this thing down. Yeah, no problem. Everything's going to die, but a lot of tanks died here too. Oh, top shelf. It's like that meme. About the politics shift. Yeah, this. No. Show me the thing. There it is. Oh, it's an Elon Musk tweet. Sure, why not? All right, hold up. We gotta show this.
Hello, my name is Brandon, and I wanted to share my success on...
What the? Oh, there was an ad on Twitch, or Twitter. Yeah. Here we go. Bam. Yeah, this thing. So it's like, over time, Musk is like, oh, all the liberals went super duper left, and I just stayed here. And now I'm closer to conservatives than I am to liberals, even though I used to be closer to liberals than I was conservatives 15 years ago. So it's like me, and then this is all the Americans getting fatter over time. Fat. So now I look fit. This is fit, and this is fat, and this is me. I used to be closer to fat, but now I'm closer to fit because all the Americans got crazy fat away from me. That's what I was reminded of. Anyway, good stuff. Great stuff. Thanks, Elon, I guess. Emojis peaked decades ago. They might well have done it, yeah. So, Vulture attack into this third base. We've got Vultures trying to spider mine the ramp. Nice connection on the Zealot. Doesn't kill them. Vulture's still running away. And wha-bam. Vulture dead. So a little bit of Vulture drop shenanigans here from Sharp. I like it. I like a bunch of Vulture drops in the morning. Protoss, yes, they can drop. They can do Zealot drops. They can do recalls. They can do Reaver drops. But Terran has drop capabilities too. What's up, scumbag logic? Happy Friday. Happy weekend. And swinging on in. Storm drop. SCVs. Ooh, the second storm on the ramp was brutal. Okay. Yeah, casual. Ton of SCVs die there at 78 to 50 now. Great drop. Really great drop by Stork. What did I say? I didn't say anything about storm drops, and I should have. Wow. That was a big one. 4-day weekend for the win, says Scumbag. Awesome. Gotta love a 4-day weekend. Alright, so what are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4 bases for the Protoss, 3 bases for the Terran. We're pretty even economically here. Yeah, Stork's up about 20 supply, which is where he wants to be. 30 supply, which is where he wants to be. Nice, Christian. So just bought stock in Build-A-Bear 5 years ago. Probably. My story is, I wanted to buy stock in Amazon and Google in 2004, but I didn't have any money. I was a poor college student. I had nothing. One share of Google stock was like $500, and I was like, that's not happening. And then I never did, and I'm sad. Should have taken out a loan. Should have taken out like a student loan. This is for college. And then got Amazon stock and Google stock in 2004 and then been a millionaire. That's what I should have done. Dang, he's up 2,000% since 2020, Christian. That's insane. Yeah, that sounds lame, Top Shelf. Yeah, go ahead, 4Prime. Absolutely. The hobby channel on the Discord might be a better place for it, just because people will have more time to read it. I'll have more time to read it. Spire Mine's inside your base already. That's kind of annoying, but we are, you know, 4 base in it now. Sharp is. Stork responds, getting a 5th base and probably getting a 6th base. But guess who's got a Vulture up here? You can't just naked expand up there, people. And Stork says, fine, charging into a giant tank line we go. We got Goliath with Charon boost. We're trying to snipe odds out of the sky. Shuttles, especially too. Zealot count is looking pretty hefty. And these tanks are starting to go down. They're attacking Goliath, though. A lot of tanks remain. A couple of them down to the south here do die. But once the Zealots are gone, it's time for the Dragoons to fall back and run away very bravely. Vultures on the run by again. They're like, can we slip up here and deny that base again? Do this one Vulture. He's only got 2 kills, but my goodness, he has delayed and denied an entire base of Storks. So cool. Vultures inside the natural base again, killing probes. So both players have taken some giant economic hits here today. 71 probes to 62 SCVs, though. The giant storm drop did more to slow down Sharp than anything that Stork's been able to do on the other side of it. Or Sharp's been able to do on the other side of it. Buy Bitcoin in 2004. See, that, I don't know if I even... It was so complicated back in 2004. Like, I'm not even sure... I don't even know what the process was back then. But you're right. I mean, if that's what you're going to do, you probably should have done that. Oh, it wasn't a thing until 2009. Nuxart says he wants campaign today. So no, today is replay casting for the professionals. Tomorrow we're back on the reverse campaign. We are wrapping up the reverse campaign. We are finishing up the Brood War Zerg campaign, which is the last one. And again, I say Zerg, I'm not playing Zerg. I'm mostly playing Protoss and Terran out there. Because it's the reverse campaign. Vultures. Ooh, DT trying to stop these Vultures, but Vultures are fast and they can throw down Spider Mines, which can catch the DTs. Okay, they didn't even try to run anymore at all. Yeah, Nuxart, I changed it. I always forget that Friday is pro replay casting. And so when I made the schedule on Sunday, I just said reverse, reverse, reverse. What I should have said was reverse, replay, reverse. I'll try to get it right for next week, but, you know, 3 brain cells and all that shenaniganry. I apologize for the confusion. Where are we at? Both players are maxed out. Nobody has a bank. That does not really bode well for Stork here. This is a lot of Terran, man. A lot of Terran with 2-1 upgrades. 2-1 upgrade to the Protoss as well. Nice Psy Storms! Oh! The Psy Storms blanketing everything. Really nice Gateway Man with shuttle support here. Out of Stork. Is it enough is the question. That was a really, really good engagement. But it's 160 to 130 supply. Stork is up. Yep, like I said, that was a good engagement. But the tanks, even in smaller numbers, do pretty well against relatively smaller numbers of Dragoons. That was, my goodness. Yeah, 4Prime. Tonight, my boy has a, like, friends and family, come see your kids in the marching band perform kind of a thing. So outside of, like, an actual football game or anything, everybody gets to come watch them play their stuff for, like, an hour. And that's, like, right during StarCraft 2 streaming. So that's why I moved the We're back. We're back. Sorry about that. I bumped my cable again. It's so, like, jank. Jank is what it is. If I buy a lottery ticket and make $30 million, So half of that goes to taxes, so it's $15 million. How much of that goes towards StarCraft? I mean, what do you mean how much of it goes towards StarCraft? What's up, Starboy? Funky start time. Kids got a band thing tonight I'm going to. Playing a saxophone in the marching band. Should be a lot of fun. But, like, there's no entity that is StarCraft. You can't give StarCraft $1 million. I mean, I guess you could set up, like, a StarCraft Pro tournament with $1 million prize pool. And that's a way, I guess, you could give money to StarCraft. That would work. Yeah, there you go. RJB is on the same page. Tipo redeemed a suggested player, Togles. Who the heck is Togles? Charge in again. Where are the zealots? They're hanging back. He's like, I don't like this position. Maybe we try to take out these guys in the top left. Drop on these dudes. Some of the tanks are not sieged, though. It's kind of a good mix of dodging storms with tanks that aren't sieged. Oh, great dodge there, too. And tanks that are sieged doing the actual damage. How good is he with the saxophone? Pretty good. He, like, all-state good? Like, went and competed. He was the only kid from his school to compete in all-state last year, so he's pretty good. Age of Empires 2 is a good game. Certainly, Starboy. Ah. It's his greatest enemy on the ladder. Artosis' greatest enemy is Toggles. Vultures will be eventually able to kill this Nexus, but it's going to take him a while. So what are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases for the Protoss. 1, 2, 3, 4 bases. With a fifth one landing for the Terran. DT was blocking access. We got science vessels ready to detect them and shut them down as well, though. Tanks are at 3 attack and 1 armor. Stork's over here rocking at 3, 2. We got DTs joining the party. Sometimes I send RT a Toggles replay to cast to satisfy his viewers. Well, that's very nice of you, RJB. Get some Artosis rage for all the people. Yeah, I'm thinking he could probably get a scholarship for college playing saxophone. I think he's got the talent for it. We'll see. Yeah, I don't like this for Stork, man. Sharp's got too much of the map. He's got too good of upgrades here. He's got too many tanks. There's a point in the game where you kind of, I don't know if you have to go carriers, but if you're at this stage of the game where the Terran's developing a bank, the whole left side of the map is his. The +3 is just putting in so much work against your Zealots and your Dragoons. And you're trying to storm drop as much as you can, but it's hard to get the trades that you need, and either you need to be up 2 or 3 bases, or you got to go into carriers. These are the options. I don't think we can sit here on even base count and hope to go from this position. I mean, this base is dead. Not technically dead, but more tanks are coming in to shut it down. Yeah, Arbiters might be nice, too. Nah, BYU doesn't care if your parents went to BYU. There are too many people trying to apply anyway. They're at the point where they had so many kids with perfect ACT scores and perfect GPAs that they couldn't admit basically all of them. They didn't want to. They wanted a more diverse student body, so they started just kind of weighing other things more heavily, like the essay or like demographics and stuff. And so yeah, you get stories of kids who are like, yeah, I had a perfect ACT and a 3.8 GPA and didn't get admitted to BYU. There's just too many kids who want to get in, and they're all too smart, so it's tough. I don't think he wants to go there anyway, which is fine. Heyo, RJB. Yeah, look. Base up here, bam, sharp. Base up here, bam, sharp. He's scanning for carrier transition. He's like, are you seriously just trying to gateway me Right now, Stork, why? Where's your stasis? I mean, EMPs are already available off of these science vessels, but
Ready to serve, my lord.
What's up, Gallons?
For the king, defending your honor.
That's the one. Yeah, nice Zealot attack up here. Killed a couple SCVs, but Sharp's got 60 of them. He's fine. That Archon's never coming up. Full damage to everything means Vultures can kill them pretty quickly. This base is not happening for Stork. Yeah. It's even base count. This thing's almost dead. Stork's up. 25 supply, which you'd think would be good, but it's not. Half the base, half the map belongs to the Terran. And from here on, it's just going to get harder and harder. And it's going to be some kind of a miracle comeback from Stork to win this game. No carrier transition. No arbiters. He's trying to make Reavers work. Where did he put those suckers? Those are Zealots. I saw him make a couple Reavers. I don't know where they went. Is he defending bases with Reavers like it's a PvZ? No. Oh, he's up here. Yeah, that makes sense. He dies, kills a tank. It's fine, right? It's cute and everything, but it's not getting anything done. Yeah, recalls or maybe a comeback mechanic here. Carriers are definitely a comeback mechanic, but at this stage, it's too late. He doesn't have the time to make carriers. He doesn't have the money to make carriers. He doesn't have the bank to make them. And as soon as Sharp recognizes carriers are on the way, he's going to walk across the map and kill him. And he's going to kill him anyway, because he doesn't have enough. Which is weird to say about somebody with a maxed out army, but it's true. Tanks are too good, man. Tanks are broken, right? That's the broken aspect of Terran. I mean, this is a really nice engagement from Stork. Zealots getting dropped on those tanks. Dragoons in numbers to handle tanks on the left side. Okay. Look, 150 to 150 supply. Sharp's able to remax. Get out here, even up. Make a bunch of vultures, and there's just no progress actually made here by Stork. He had a good engagement, but lost as much as he killed, and that's not going to work for you long term. You can't do that all the time, is the problem here. Here comes a storm drop. Oh, there we go. Good place to do a storm drop. And there, none of the High Templar get out of there. Oh, that hurts. That's 3 High Templar for like 4 SCVs. Not the kind of trade we're looking for, folks. He's got 3 High Templar left in these shuttles. D-Matrix Siege Tank. More D-Matrix Siege Tank. And you're not very good at killing Zealots, but if you're D-Matrix, that helps a lot. That was nice. We'll probably start the live games in about an hour? Yeah, about an hour. 4 Prime. I mean, they're going to get this Nexus. I think Stork might just tap when this Nexus dies. Cool, cool, cool. Trying to get more storm action here. There's a little group of clumped up SCVs. They're moving, though. They're out of there. Ah, High Templar sniped on the unload. Oh, the shuttle died to a turret. This shuttle is too smart for that. It's going to die to a Goliath instead. Like 4 Goliaths instead. Okay. Well, that totally sucks. Trying desperately to expand at the 6 o'clock and get some kind of an advantage economically, but it's already 187 to 157 supply. Terran is up. Hasn't even bothered taking the 12 o'clock base, even though he probably could. I don't know how they did it for Prime, honestly. It's insane to me that this game Was made in 1998. It got its final balance patch in 2002 and has remained this good. With 3 separate races, all of whom have different mechanics and all different units and strengths and weaknesses and spells and styles. And it's balanced to this day. I don't know how they did it. I don't know if there's another RTS that has any level of this success. Maybe Warcraft 3, but that's Blizzard 2. It's the same guys. They're just competing with themselves at that point. Science Vessel sniped. Sharp casually running at 350 APM in a game that he's got won. Yeah, high ground in it with the Vulture. Spider mining up. Good target fire on the Spider mines there. Yeah, no, players find their way to self-regulate a meta. That, right, but there have been a bunch of other games where, you know, players have been left to try to figure out their own meta, and they haven't been able to do it. So what's the difference, you know? Super Smash Bros. Melee is a good example of it. But I mean, yeah, Melee's got 57 characters. It's going to be hard to perfectly balance that. It's impossible. Certainly. If you only have three factions, it's a lot easier. Beyond All Reason. Yeah, heard about that one. And this Nexus is dead. That's all she wrote. These tanks are dying, but Sharp does not care at all, because he's going to kill this base as well. Oh, he saved the Nexus, but he lost the Nexus. Aw. Can't do that, exactly. Yeah. The holding out for a hero. It's a slow death, but it's been a death nevertheless. Nexus dead. I like that Stork's playing it out, man. He's like, if I tank drop enough with these Zealot bombs, I'll win. Yeah, RJB. Nexus dead, Nexus dead. Yeah, we're done. We're done. Like, I'm not entirely sure why Stork is still in this game. 3-2-3 on the upgrades, making 9 Zealots at a time. Down 30 supply to Sharp. Sharp's developing a bank. Stork has nothing of the sort. D-Matrix. D-Matrix. Psystorm on the other side of it. Spellcasters getting really antsy out here. Throwing them back and forth. 12 o'clock coming in from Sharp in the meantime. And gotta fall back. Instead of testing, I'm now 1364 rating on Blizz. On Blitz. I don't even know if that's a good chess rating, but I will trust you if you say it is. Chess noob. And that's it. All right. Trying to get a thumbnail up here on the stream, and there it is. Yeah, I mean, Stork's been dead for at least 10 minutes. But sometimes they gotta see. Sometimes they gotta see. Did Sharp screw something up? No? Okay. Yeah, Sharp just played great. 21 to build. 1 buildings raised is a massive advantage there. Stork did outspend, but not nearly enough for a 32-minute PVT. So GG. GG indeed. At least this wasn't a Raffle Stomp. I guess it wasn't a Raffle Stomp. Who's your favorite alien race in Mivies? What the heck is Mivies? Updating the thumbnail. All right, Apocalypse game. Apocalypse, Rain and Rush. Let's see how Rain and Rush do. Another PvT. Two entirely different players. It's a desert map, which I do love the desert tile set. I always have. Rain, Rush. They're playing under their names, too. All right, left side, it's a Teal Terran player. It is Rush. And on the right side, it's our guy, Rain. I don't think I have a Toggles replay, Tipo. I'm not sure RJB's ever sent me one. Oh, movies. That's a good question. Favorite alien race in movies? The alien race in Alien is pretty cool. Predators are pretty neat too. I guess the Borg count because they are in a couple Star Trek movies as well. The Edge of Tomorrow aliens are neat. They have time travel capabilities. RJB says that's super rad. RJB, do I have a Toggles replay? You want to send me one if I don't, and then I will cast it for our guy Tipo here. So no gasless expand here for Rush. He is going to go for the factories with the vultures and the tanks before expanding, which is a safer way to do things. And I don't know what's more common, actually. Probably this is more common, but there's a lot of people who go gasless too on the expand. What's up, small cap? You think just Brood War is better because nobody was worried about gay and trans people in 1998? Ah, I see. I don't know if that's entirely true. There's the bunker. Ba-boom, ba-boom. I will say, look, I don't think it's that black and white, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I do think if your concern as a game developer or as a TV and movie person is politics or religion, the end result is going to be pretty bad, right? Like, there's a ton of movies that are focused on Christianity that are suck, that are the worst, because all they care about is Christianity, not making a good movie. So if you care more about your messaging than about making a good thing, then you're not going to make a good thing. That is true. But there are other games that have elements of things like gay people and trans people that are fine. Like The Last of Us. The original Last of Us has homosexuality in it, and it's fine. It's a great game. Nobody cares. Nobody calls The Last of Us woke because it's a great game. Where the other stuff, the identity politics, was ancillary to everything else that was going on in the game. That's how you do. Anyway, what do we got, man? Bunker up. 2 siege tanks. No siege available. And Dragoon's trying to get the tanks, not target firing both of them. Can he get the second one? Yes, he does get the second tank, and he high grounds with the Dragoons, too. That's pretty good. 3 kills on that one. 1 kill on that one. And high ground, you get free shots. Oh, these Dragoons are doing great for Rain. Good opening from the Protoss. 2 kills there. 4 kills there. Those are Marines. Those are tank kills as well. Third base coming in right side from Rain, walling off against vulture attacks from this direction. I like it a lot. More Reaver shenanigans here in the first 6 minutes. As we saw in the last game from Stork, we'll see if he can get more success with it. I'm not sure the Reavers for our guy Stork in the last game did a lot. Armory coming in. Engineering bay coming in. We're just pushing in. You didn't have a wall actually at all. Spider mining everything here. Dude, Rush crushing it on the counterattack here. He lost a couple tanks. You got a tank inside your natural base. Siege mode's on the way. He's got to use the Reaver defensively here. which is not ideal. You want to use that on offense. Kind of like swarm hosts in StarCraft 2. Whoopah! Take that, Vulture. The issue is a movie should ask a question which the movie answers. Yes, it should. Right, top shelf? That's exactly that's a great point. That is exactly what I'm talking about. When people complain about politics in their movies, they usually are complaining because the politics aren't something they agree with. It's not the presence of politics. Vulture, wha-bam. Wha-bam, 4 kills, 5 kills. Dude! Alright, casually 5-kill Vulture in here. He's going to get chased down by a Dragoon and wiped out, but that's pretty awesome. Spider Mines. Getting it cleared out. This is not actually a good trade. Reavers killing Spider Mines is a bad, bad trade. Scarabs cost more than the cost of a Spider Mine. But hey, someone's got to do it. What did RJB say about a Toggles replay? Says I can grab a random one. Cool, let's do it then. Yeah, top shelf. Some people are stupid. And that's the fun thing about stupid people. There are stupid people in every box. Every demographic box you can think of. Every single one. Men, women, old people, young people, every race, every religion, every creed, every university, every college football team, every soccer fan. Every group has dumb people in it. And if you want to demonize the other group, you can say, hey, look at this dumb thing someone did in that group. Everybody goes, ha, that group is so dumb. And it's like, well, are they? Or are we cherry picking here? And I don't know. Sometimes we're cherry picking. Sometimes it's an accurate representation of what's going on. It's like pedophiles. Pedophiles are in every group too. Every group, every political group, every church group, every atheist group, every whatever group you want to talk about. There is someone in there who's a pedo. So you can't be like, oh, we found a pedophile in this group. They're evil. It's like, no, every group's got those. It's not how this works, guys. I think we all need to work together to stop this, no matter what group they happen to be in. All right, enough of that. What do we got here? We've got 0/0 upgrades on the Protoss. Got Reavers on the high ground, trying to stop reinforcements from getting up here. +1 attack onto the tanks. And Vultures walled off by these pylons. They can't get any probe kills here, and the Dragoons chase them off. Nicely done. And right. Yeah, some groups have an overrepresentation, but it's so annoying to, like, prove that, right? It is so annoying to look at the statistics and figure out which group is overrepresented for bad and then statistically prove it that way. Nobody wants to do that. That's too hard. That's too much effort. They'd rather just be like, this group has a bad person in it, the whole group is bad, and not worry about statistical representation. Listening to me while playing Brood War is rough. All right, charging in. Zealots in the front line. That's a lot of tanks. Dragoons alone are not going to do it. That's why their Zealot buddies are here. SCV is actually distracting the Zealots a little bit from not getting on top of the tanks. Nice. Ooh, SCV production here. And position here, too. But at the end of the day, there's not a lot left for Rain, but he does crush that attempt by Rush. Toasters on wheels. What's up, Marvin? Happy Friday, man. Happy weekend. Hope you're having a good Friday so far. And once again, these guys trying to get probe kills. I don't know if they're going to get one. 116 to 97 supply. Rain is up. He's got 3 bases rocking. A 3rd base is under construction by Rush down south here too. So he's sitting on a 2, 4, 6 factory setup on 2 bases with a 3rd one coming in. So more factories could be nice as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. 4th base warping in. Yeah, I don't know. Especially with this whole Epstein Island thing, right? Like not everyone. A lot of people on the right are like, no, the only pedophiles are left-wingers. And a lot of people on the left are like, the only pedophiles are right-wingers. And it's like, I hate all of you. I hate anyone who says that because it's not true. And you know it's not true. There's no correlation to political affiliation and that kind of behavior. No group is innocent. I stand by it. Yeah, that's exactly right, Tipo. And that's how it should be. 100%. Political affiliation should not matter. If we find evidence that they're involved in this horrible behavior, they should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law and go to prison. I don't care where they come from. I don't care what party they're in. I don't care how important they are. But I don't think we're ever going to see it. I think too many important people are keeping a lid on it, and that's that. I don't know. Hope I'm wrong. Really hope I'm wrong. Yeah, we talked about that before, YH, right? We talked about how Epstein was an evil genius, and he would give people rides on the Epstein plane and, like, go to parties with them and invite them to places where he's at, so that there are a ton of celebrities that have pictures with Epstein, but how many of them are actually involved in Epstein Island? I don't know. I don't think all of them were. I think some of them were at a random charity event in 1996, and this powerful guy Epstein was there, and they took a picture with him. And it's like, and now in 2025, people are like, you got a picture with Epstein, you're a pedo. And it's like, nope, that's definitely not true. There is a correlation there, but it's not 100% correlation. And that makes it even harder, which is why I said we prosecute every person, and if there's evidence they did something bad, we prosecute it. If there's no evidence they did anything bad other than a picture they had once with Epstein, then that's fine. Nobody goes to prison for that, right? Because there's a lot of innocent people caught up in that too. What's up, Rebels? Thanks for subscribing, Rebels. Trying to get to 69,000 subs on the YouTube channel, which is an awesome number to get. Trying to get there by the end of the year. So making progress. We're making the moves. Rain keeping his zealots back again. And then charging them in once he's thinned out the vultures a little bit. That's a good move. Unloads the storms and the High Templar, but they're also called storms because they do storm. And not quite enough. Not quite enough to break this tank line. High ground will make it harder for Rush to get across the map. These 1/1 upgrades with the +2 finishing up pretty soon. +1 armor upgrade for Rain. Not going for that +1 attack. Actually, not going for +1 at all. Working on +2 armor. It's an interesting move for sure. Trafficking people is also bad, Top Shelf. I think everybody agrees with you on that one. No, we're talking about Epstein generally, Gallons. Like, I don't know. I've just seen too much of it. Too much of Republicans thinking that only Democrats are on the list, and Democrats thinking only Republicans are on the list. And again, I just hate both of anybody who has that kind of ridiculous partisan thinking on this topic. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a Protoss player go for +2 armor in a PvT and no attack upgrades. Like, I understand survivability, but, you know, 1 extra shot to kill a tank is hard to overcome, even if you're staying alive a little bit longer. I guess the trade-offs. Someone's done the math on this. Rain is funky, says RJB. Well, there you go. Rain is a funky bunch. All right, charging into the tank line again. God, the tanks are all sieged. I just don't see this going well at all for Rain. Good Psy Storms everywhere, yes, but look at that back line of tanks. Nope, definitely not. 100% not a breakable position. 4 Dragoons survive that engagement. I'm waiting for him. There it is. He got a +1 attack. Okay. So I was waiting for him to get a +1. He's got a +1 on the way. I'm not sure it's going to be in this game, though. It kind of feels like he's going to die before that +1 attack actually kicks in. Look, the storms are good. Storm is good. Yes, we've said that a lot, and then Rain's like, nope. Well, experimenting with +2 armor certainly didn't work in this game, and Rush wins it. So some good Reaver drops. Didn't quite get these 4 supply depots, which would have been awesome for Rain. Also, just that good push early that killed the first 2 tanks with those Dragoons. That was sweet, too. But at the end of the day, just couldn't get enough done. The engagements were not quite cost-efficient enough. He didn't do a good job catching these guys while they were unsieged. A lot of the time, he's attacking into the tanks while they're already sieged up, and they've got the good upgrades, and he didn't have a +1 attack. And that is tough. Tough, 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 tough. So 12,000 to 120 to 111,000 points. Rush, more points. Won it today, outproduced by a huge chunk, and then got outkilled, but not by as much. So, I mean, this is the number of the day there. The macro by Rush was awesome. Raised 6-1 in favor of Rain. That didn't really matter, and the outspend by Rain, not enough in 18 minutes. I mean, 4,000 is pretty close to being enough, but not today. So there goes the Rush. All right, did RJB send me the replay I've been asking for? He did. Oh, interesting. Flash versus Toggles? Sure, man. A Flash replay versus this Toggles guy I've never heard of before. Because I do not watch Artosis' stream because it is a ridiculous assault on one's senses. All of them. So, let's see. 24, 414. Oh, that's the Bisu one. 2025 2025 0829. Oh, this is recent then. On Knockout. Okay. We'll give it a try. What's up, May Lemur? Ooh, Scumbag. What game are you going to go see? All right. I'm going to go get a water refill. We'll do this Flash versus Toggles replay here. So don't go anywhere. Check out Falcon Paladin store. We got hoodies in stock, man. Check it out. It's getting colder in the northern hemisphere, which is where like the vast majority of you guys are, is in the northern hemisphere. There's some of you in the south, I know that, but it's getting colder. Check out the hoodies. Be right back in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Whoa, whoa. All right, we're back. Hoodies are awesome. Let's get into this Togles guy, who's a good Protoss player, against Flash, who's the best player of all time. Should be interesting in some way. I mean, this guy's better than Artosis, at least, so we'll see how this goes on Kickback. Top left, Flash. Top right, Togles. Just kidding. What the heck? Togles is playing Terran. I thought he was a Protoss, but I guess Flash is off racing here, too. How sneaky. How sneaky of the off racing here. So Flash is Protoss and Togles is Terran. Huh. That does mix things up a bit, doesn't it? Caught me off guard. What do we got here? Togles is done. All right. Kickback it is. You know, any day can be a Whiskey Wednesday if you want it to be, YH. Don't let society tell you what you can and cannot do when it comes to days of the week. You can make it a Whiskey Tuesday if you want. It doesn't have to start with the same letter. Didn't you know? So this is Kickback. You know this map, yeah? Yeah, you probably do, but check it out. Super easy expansion here. Wait, is this Kickback? No. Where are we? Why did I think this was Kickback? Huh. Never mind. Regular map. Got your expansion. Nothing crazy you can do with it. Totally fine. Steve the SCV scouting. We saw Steve on some of that merch at falconpaladin.store, didn't we? Gate coming up. Racks expand. Call hammock number 1, you say. Oh, what the heck? It's a gate expand and a racks expand. So both players go gasless on the open, now start getting gas after their expansions are already on the way. Or done in Flash's part. And he can get a zealot because of the gate. I know, right? Top shelf is crazy. So Marines are moving out, but there's already a zealot chasing these guys on the way back. And Flash says, you think you can kill me with your Marine micro? Let's see what you got, man. And actually, you know, taking 1 hit on each of those guys, but not the important 2. Zealot loses all of his shields. Gotta fall back. This is a remake map of Circuit Breakers. It does feel fairly Circuit Breakers-esque, especially with the space platform tile set. Good old Circuit Breakers. I know I said this last week too, but man, it's so weird to me that in 1998, in March, they released StarCraft with like the jungle tile set and the space platform tile set, and they're normal, right? They're normal. And then with the Brood War, they're like, check it out. We got Twilight, and we have Snow, and we have Desert tile sets. And I was like, wow, these are shiny and new. And they're still in my brain shiny and new, even though there's a 6-month gap between when the first tile sets were released and the second tile sets were released. They're both insanely old. But my brain still looks at the Desert tile set and goes, this is so cool. Brain got hijacked, man. Anyway, hiding a starport up here is our guy, Togles. What you got, Togles? You're going to try to Wraith attack Flash? I mean, he's going to have Dragoons. I'm not sure if that's a great idea. Probably going to have detection as well. Robotic support bay coming in, kind of hiding that from scans as well. Both players hiding that tech. Yeah, control tower. Dropship, maybe? Vultures? Yeah, it could be a vulture drop here into the main base of Flash. Attempted anyway. Snow tiles are a flashbang, says IPFF Food. Yeah, RJB agrees with that sentiment. I don't think I do. When I'm casting on a snow map, I never like, oh, I can't see what's going on. I've been flashbanged, but I don't know. Enough people complain about it. It's probably a thing. So there's your dropship. It's a good call, Marvin. Good call. Throw up Thursday. Sounds like a holiday we should all embrace. So going to try to drop some vultures here in Flash's base. The thing is, I feel like the timing we're looking at here, the shuttle and the dropship are going to pass each other right about here. And then they're going to be alerted early as to what's going on, and not much is going to happen. So here comes the dropship. Actually, no, dropship's going to get here first, unless it actually stops. Oh, he's waiting for his vulture buddies. There you go. In the pipe, 5x5. We got 2 vultures inside the dropshipper. We're waiting for the next 2. We are waiting for the next 2. Observer is out. And here we go. 4 vultures. One of them's injured. Into the main base we go. Reaver popping out at 650, picking up. And you're going to have to unload here real fast because guess what's happening? There's 4 vultures in your base. Flash, buddy. But, okay. Not turning around. All right, I guess. We're just going to let the Dragoons handle this, which they're pretty good at doing. Several probes that did die there. They did evacuate to the natural base, and Flash is very interested in just continuing with the Reaver attack on the other side of the map. Vulture's getting into the natural base too. This Vulture's going to die with 5 total kills. That's awesome. Spider Mine's all over the place up here. This guy is going to get wiped out too. And then Reaver thinking about unloading in the natural base. Oh, the SCVs evacuate. So he ends up getting no kills. Awesome. 1 kill. There we go. And a missile turret dies. And then a Wraith comes out. Guess what shuts down drops so fast? A Wraith. Yeah, gotta unload everything. And now the Wraith can work away on the Reaver. Aw, so annoying. So annoying. Finally, all the Spider Mines in the main base get cleared out by Flash. Spider Mine connecting on a Dragoon. That's a big get, too. Holy crap. Spider Mine connections. Vulture attacks. Wraith shutting that down. Yeah, this... Oh, the pickup on the tank! Didn't do it that time, but that first pickup was sick. Oh my gosh, he saved the Reaver. He saved the Reaver. Togles gets out of here. Togles is like, I don't want anything to do with this. Man. 2-kill Reaver. Not exactly what Flash was envisioning when he set that out across the map. Flash has got a third base. Third base is on the way from Togles. Science facility, Citadel, everything's looking okay. We are moving into more of a mid-game here. More of a late game. That science facility indicates a tier 3 upgrade scenario for Flash. Technically nothing tier 3 yet for Togles. I guess the robotic support bay is technically tier 3 for Flash. But I think more Templar Archives when I think tier 3. At least for upgrades and whatnot. Are we back? Yeah, we're back inside the main. Siege tank unloading. Dragoons are like, but what if? Oh, yeah. Taking that tank down. Spider Mine. Boof. Dragoon down. Vulture down. Everybody dies, but that's what Flash wanted to see there. Dragoon counterattack into the third base. Making this third base might have been a little bit too much to ask for. Togles doesn't have anything with which to defend it. He's got a single siege tank here on the high ground. Another tank just popped out of the factory. But it's 103 to 65 supply. We've got... Are you seriously back with more vultures? Okay. I mean, it's good, but there's 59 probes remaining. 59! Flash has lost maybe 10, but he's up 10 workers. He just killed your third base as well. And once again, this is just the gap. This is the gap between players like Flash and players like Togles, who are very good, who are S rank, who are super excellent, and better than 99% of all the players in the world, but not... You know, can't really compare to Flash, unfortunately. How'd your cornbread turn out for Prime? Cornbread is delicious. Big fan of the cornbread. New third CC being built inside the main base. Safer place than on location with all of the Dragoons running around. But still a 50 supply lead from Flash here, which is way more than you need in a TVP, especially if you are Flash and you're playing against someone whose name is Togles. The ice water is pleasant. Third base, probably not happening. Unless these tanks can somehow... There's 3 siege tanks. I don't think that's enough to deal with this many Dragoons. Attack upgrade finishing up on the Goons. We got a speed upgrade for the Zealots finishing up now, it looks like. Cool stuff. Charon boost on the way, as there is a shuttle parked out of its main base. And, you know, Charon boost helps dealing with those drops. Oh, it's not cooked yet. Right. Fair enough. What's up, Squirrel? Happy Friday. Is this going to be like the time where wait. The time Flash went? I mean... I thought Snow went scouts against Artosis. Did Flash go scouts against Artosis? I don't think I heard that story. New base, new base. Yeah, Flash is so far ahead. He's just choosing to get more ahead. Poor little Toggles here on 2 bases at 12 minutes, and Flash is getting his 5th. No big deal. What's up, Hammy? Yeah, it was Snow, chat is saying, and I am saying. Thanks to Hammy for resubbing with Prime for 45 months total on a 20-month streak, crushing it with the support and using Bezos bucks for it. It's the best way to support the channel, man. It's the way to support the channel that doesn't cost you a gosh darn single amount of cash. We're going to update the Twitch dimension and the purple dimension with that goal. 269 on the week so far. Nice. And check. Done. Updated. Big old triple shuttle drop from Flash coming in. Lot of zealots in there. One of the shuttles dies after unloading a single zealot. Reaver unloads. High Templar unloads. Nothing really to storm. Kind of goes after the SCVs on gas, I guess. And, oh, then catching the dudes on the backside. As they evacuated, only 5 kills on that High Templar. I feel like there should have been more. Toggles lands his 3rd base, gets a 4th base up too. But Flash is expanding bottom left. I mean, this is just styling. This is just, you recognize you're insanely ahead. So let's get more ahead. Let's max out. Let's get twice as many bases as the Terran can have. And let's go from there. So Toggles is moving out. +2/+1 upgrades. Storm dropped at the 4th. 45 SCVs to 75 probes on the game. Probes transferring successfully down to the bottom left with no vultures to attack them because they were too busy worrying about the storm drop. If you want to transfer probes across the map to a base that you've just built, try to get your opponent's attention to be elsewhere. Because if it's somewhere else, then they have a harder time sniping your probes or your drones or whatever you're transferring with. Drones don't do that as much because drones usually use Niduses by the time there's like a big transfer to happen at, 14, 15 minutes. But I guess if you don't have a Nidus, maybe you would. Anyway, 55 supply advantage for Flash. He's got 2 attack armor and no armor upgrades. 2 on upgrades here too. So an upgrade advantage for the Terran. It's a lot of tanks here, in fairness. Sharking around. That one unloads. Wraiths have a hard time killing shuttles fast. It's still a bunch of shots. That shuttle dies. This one unloads. Get a storm off on the retreating SCVs. Storming himself to kill some workers there. 41 SCVs to 75 probes. Does clear it out, but brutal, man. Does it make a difference if the unit is moving in a storm while in the hit zone? No. Just the amount of time you're under the storm is what matters. If you're inside a storm and you're doing little circles, you're taking full damage. Movement doesn't matter. Movement only matters in so much as you're in the storm for a smaller amount of time than if you weren't moving and then you take less damage. That's it. What's up? Save your sword. Ooh, a bacon map on a special ASL map. Usually the special ASL maps are 2-player maps. What's a special 4-player map Happy's talking about? Save your sword. Hey, look. 3rd base in trouble. And a giant attack into the 4th base, and that's the GG. Yeah, the early game went too well for Flash. He was able to get ahead and started dropping at a ridiculous rate. And at the end of the day, it was a 99 to 75 kill ratio structures race, 7 to 0, and an out-resourcing by a humongous chunk. That is 12,000 resources plus some in 16 minutes. Yeah, so that's Flash just absolutely crushing this kid. Which, you know, we expected that to happen. Flash was a Protoss, that's right. Sparkle and Multiverse. Yeah, okay. I mean, I was thinking like ASL or Blitz Y or like... Crap, what's that island map in ASL right now? I forgot what it's called. Brain falling apart. You know me. Alright, we're going to get rid of that. Maybe one more replay. And then we'll get into the live games. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. Steal the Bacon on 76 would be interesting. Ooh, yeah, Oodlemock. That's the one. They changed the English translation of it a couple of times. Yes, right. Oodlemock. Right. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Okay, let's do... We gotta find a TVZ to do. Done a lot of everything else, but a TVZ to wrap us up would be perfect. Here we go. SAC and BTS on Metropolis? Sure. Sounds like a good time. 4 Prime found the lore of a race called the White Spikes from Tomorrow War. Oh, Tomorrow War. Yeah. I didn't watch Tomorrow War, but it's a time travel movie with grandfather paradoxes involved, and I don't know if I feel great about it. People didn't seem to like it very much. All right, TVZ. And in the top right, it's a Zerg player. It is BTS. In the top right, we've got sSak. Prediction up. Nobody's bet on any of the matches today. It's weird. Usually we get people betting on... these pro replays because we don't know who's going to win. I guess that's it. We don't know who's going to win. And so it's scary. It's scary that way. Harder to bet effectively. Noisy Aquafire. Ah, we're doing word stuff. Word games in chat. Ah, Tipo had seen that game already, so we didn't bet on it. Good call. So, solid hatch first here, no big deal. SCV could try to get a bunker down, but that was good vision here with the Overlord. Good poking away with the drone and making the SCV feel uncomfortable about sticking around long enough to get a bunker down. The creep's up. He might try to throw down a bunker anyway because sometimes Terrans are a little bit crazy in this matchup, but no. Sends the Marine across, says, yeah, not really going to happen. First 100 gas goes into a lair. Terran is expanding now and building a second barracks. So we're going to SK Terran on the opening. This is a good map for drops. Look how big your main is. Look how stupidly big your main is. You got stuff over here. You got stuff up here. If you're not dropping on this map, you're not playing it properly. It's too good of a map for that. Macro hatch at the top of the ramp. Because, again, so much room for activities. RJP. Spire getting started sub 4 minutes because BTS is a good Zerg player. That is what all the good Zergs do, is get their Spire started on a 2-hatch Muta opening. Well, 3-hatch Muta opening sub 4 minutes on the time. Marine production continuing. And I actually have a game with Shine. It's a Shine TVZ coming up fairly soon on the channel where this kind of an attack shows up and Shine doesn't have anything. Like, he's got Lings and he scouts it coming and then he's like, 1 sunken should be enough. and then totally dies. And it's like, what? How? Like, it's one thing if you didn't scout it. It's one thing if the Terran was sneaky and you didn't see the Marines and you're like, ah, crap, and then you die. But he saw the whole thing coming. See how there's 2 Sunkens already done here from BTS? He knows how this works. He's doing the right thing. What's up, Mupox? Happy Friday. Happy weekend. Yeah, it's a great map. Look, 3rd Sunken. Muta's out. He doesn't want to be busted by the Marines and the medics while the Mutas are all across the map harassing, so he's got 3 Sunkens. It's not that hard. 4 Sunkens even. I know it hurts your economy, but it's so much better than dying. Maybe Shrine tried to be sulky. I guess. I mean, Jaedong's done that too in ASL. Especially ASL 19 a couple times he did that, and it was like, Jaedong. Well, it's pretty good Muta stuff, actually. Marine down, SCV down, SCV down. Like I've always said, if you can get an SCV count under 20 on the Terran, then sometimes they just quit. So we're at 24. We're close to that number. He is just absolutely going to town on these with these Mutas. It's only 8 Mutas. They don't have any upgrades. It brings the entire Marine ball back, but they have to string out in a line. More SCVs dying. God, 1 building and armory goes down. 23 SCVs. We've got turrets in the natural, so we should be relatively safe, but the glaives... Oh, the glaive bounce. Takes out another SCV. Another one is going to die. Dude, 23, 22! Holy crap. Again, under 20 SCVs is kind of a break moment for Terran players, but he's okay. He's at 22. He's alive. Well, I mean, he had like 4 Zerglings, Tipo, so I don't think even Sulky could do that. Evolution Chamber, Hydroden, Queen's Nest. He's like, I got enough damage done with those Mutalisks to just tech up to tier 3, get a 3rd base rockin'. There's the timing on that. 7.5 minutes top left, and I should be fine. So yeah, BTS is way ahead in the first 7 minutes of this game. Armory was delayed. Starport was delayed. If he's trying to get Valkyries, I'm not even sure if that's on the menu anymore. Mutas. Full stack, full stack, fuller stack, +1 attack. Not done yet, because that upgrade takes forever. Oh, good. I got a weekly update about Star Citizen that I pledged to back in 2013. Ah, forward supply depot, supply blocking, SSak. Dude! Shine fails where Sulky managed to succeed. Oh, there you go. Sorry, Shine. Good attempt, man. Discord server's a good place to be. We've got a hobby room. We'll talk about sports ball out there. The Brood War channel's been hopping today as well. Did you know that? Wander says this AI's Muta Micro is good. That's how you know it's not an AI. Well, it could be a good AI, but it's not Blizzard's AI. Hey, look, it did make a Valkyrie. Good man. Blah! Now you gots to run. Man, I used Valkyries yesterday in one of Happy's reverse maps, and I had forgotten how incredibly unresponsive those suckers are. Like, I had a Valkyrie going this way, like just kind of moving this way, and I was like, turn around and go this way, and it was like, okay, and it came around, and I was like, you are the least responsive unit in the world. How are you so bad? You can fly. Compared to a Mutalisk, Valkyries are like Reavers, man. So unresponsive. Yeah, I don't know how the pros control them. I don't either. Like, let alone, how do you do that crazy shooting behind you micro trick? Like, it's a thing. But, like, step 1 is, how do you get the Valkyries to do what you want them to do at all? And then you can do fancy micro tricks. Lurkers and Sunkens, unbreakable. Are you making drop ships? No, your starport time is going into Valks, which I can appreciate. Yeah, triangle, patrol, micro. Right, RJB. But if you can't make the Valkyries do what you want them to do in the first place, then the fancy tricks don't do anything for you. Supply blocking, our guy BTS. Getting revenge on the other side of it. Third base denied by the Mutalisks with +1 attack. Yeah, and a couple Scourge to deal with the Valkyries. And by that, I mean there are literally 2 Scourge. That's not enough to kill multiple Valkyries, sir. He wants it. He wants it. And he gets 1 connection, but not 2. You need the 2. Oh. Man, Valkyries are great. Barracks beat Sulky with Valkyries in the round of 16. Valkyrie, good unit. Valkyries and carriers micro similarly. I don't know. Kind of feel like I can get carriers to do an about face a lot more easily than Valks. Carriers are clunky, though. I agree. Never let them slow down. Ooh, that's a good tip, RJB. Vultures with the run by. You can't stop us. Single 2 lurker. Well, 2 lurkers. Sunken can. Couple drones died there. Valkyrie is trying to maybe pump in and kill everything at this base. At least everything that flies. But no, not allowed. Too many Scourge in that position. So this is a good back and forth. I'm liking it. Third base is still late for SSak. He gets a scan out, sees what we're dealing with up there, and says, lurkers, a lot of anti-air, some Scourge, enough to be scared about. Kind of like shuttles. Yeah, I can see that, RJB. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, he can't expand there. How are those spider mines not covering Scourge? No connections. Oh, they were not blocking that hatchery. That's a crazy unlucky thing for SSak. I think he was trying to. He was trying to block the expansion with the spider mines, but somehow none of them did. Plagues on the way. Are these cracklings yet? I think they are. Hard to tell because they are getting like 1 hit off on those vultures and dying. No real repeat hits. We'll keep an eye on it though. Valkyries either seem to win hard or lose hard. In this game, they're kind of both. Right? They're kind of extending the game. They're keeping the mutas off of the Marines. SSak hasn't lost in the situation, but he hasn't won with it either. His third base was delayed, and the fourth base is coming up from the Zerg. So it's not a great position for the Terran, but he's not losing hard in this position either. Oh, do not. Do not. Okay, he sees him. Oh, the juke. That was great. Oh, beautiful. On top of the Marines. And then, did lose a Valkyrie there just out of hubris. But he's chasing the mutas out. And, dude, sniping that drone is not impossible. Sniping that drone is not impossible. But there's nowhere to hide, guys. Oh, you thought you were safe in a base that doesn't have any anti-air at all? Not a Spore? Not a Hydralisk? No. Why would you be safe here? Not a Scourge either. Oh, they did take down the drone. The attempt at the 5th base is shut down. There's a bit of a spider mine set up here towards the 4th base, but that's going to get cleared out by Lings on their little squishy bodies. The Zerg is raging right now, says 4 Prime. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, if you're a Mutalisk player and you invested in those mutas and then they sort of get hard countered by the Valks, not a happy camper. He invested a lot. He's got double Spire going. Look at him go. I don't know why he's got double Spire. He's only got +1 attack and he's working on +1 armor. But the other Spire is quiet. Is it going to be... I mean, it could be Greater Spire. That could be fun. Dude, when's the last time we saw a Greater Spire, Nice Dark Swarm, in a TVZ? I mean, okay. We do see Guardians sometimes in TVZ when the mutas have kind of lost their effectiveness and then you turn 5 of them into Guardians and then they kill like 2 SCVs and they die. So that's the time you see a Greater Spire, but it's nothing interesting. Yeah, any unit that has an animation specifically for speeding up. Bad acceleration. Trying to get a new base down this way. Vulture's at least sort of threatening it. Nice plague, but still not expanding up here, big boy. Not expanding here either. This is amazing. And look at all these vultures. Did we mention it's a mech transition? It's a mech transition from SSak. Look at that. Look at all these factories. Look at these barracks getting floated off into the distance. Look at him expanding bottom left. Dude, SSak is in a great position all of a sudden. What a great mech transition. Caught me by surprise. Siege tank is problematic to the future health of this darn hatchery. And it's going to get saved. Still Marines down here. They ended up getting a +1 attack and no armor. So that's how you know it's mech, is because the Marines don't have great upgrades at this stage. Oh my gosh, the Muta's stuck around. Okay. I was going to say, nice Plague. Beautiful Plague. One Plague catching every single Valkyrie. Somehow not this one, though. What? How? I don't know how that one missed the Plague, but dude, great Plague. Good stuff here from BTS. So, dude, he's in trouble. He's on 4 bases, trying to get a 5th base desperately. This didn't work earlier. This didn't work. Meching Terran's on 1, 2, 3, 4 bases of his own. Link trying to make sure no bases come up on that direction. And Barrett's continuing to scout out 3 armories. Armory, armory, and armory. Yeah, he is working on +1 ship weapons and vehicle armor. Yeah, triple armory here. Does he already have an attack on the Valks? Did he send them home to repair them? Tell me he did that. Tell me he sent them home to repair them. He is repairing his Valkyries. So he doesn't have +1 attack yet, but it's like 20% complete. He's making more Valkyries. This guy's going Tank Vulture Valk. Kind of like it. Kind of like it a lot. I don't know why there are medics up here, but they're dead now. The Mutas are trying to get some value in a world where there are this many Valkyries running around. Of course, when you plagued, he's trying to get that reverse shot off. When you've plagued the Valkyries, you feel a little bit better. Oh, cracklings into your 6 o'clock base. Vultures responding there. Not a lot of damage there by those Lings. Mutas, once again, just trying to get as much damage as possible before they are made entirely obsolete by the +1 Valkyries. Can the Scourge keep them away? Maybe. Maybe they can. Would be nice if they could. Dude, 12 o'clock base on the way from BTS. I mean, it's done. We saw that coming up earlier. Ling's just sort of on a scouting expedition down here. The Muta's trying to... What are you... Okay, well, the Mutas are dead now. I don't know what they were trying to do. But 8 Valkyries mean the time of the Mutalisk is over. +1 attack makes it even worse for them. Scourge, though! Ugh. A little bit of Goliath support helped keep those Valks alive. Only 4 of them survived that onslaught. There are still Mutas on the map. How are there still Mutas? Stop making Mutalisks. The Valkyries are here. They are very mad. I guess the Scourge are kind of keeping them at bay, but dude, where did they go? Where did the Valks go? Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get battle cruisers out in TVT because you got to have a long game anyway. I like just using Lings to kind of run around and make sSak chase you to the 6 o'clock and to the 3 o'clock. And my gosh, he doesn't care that there are Valkyries here. He's making a million Mutalisks anyway. What is going on? BTS does not abide by our social traditions at all. Scourge connecting on the Valks. Mutas fighting Goliaths. Pretty good against Mutas too. Especially if they have +3 attack. We never see +3 attack against Mutas. They've got +2/+2 upgrades though, so they're a little bit tankier at the very least here. And they do have to fall back. This is a weird game, man. When's the last time you saw 2/2 Mutalisks flying around at 19.5 minutes in a TVZ? They're getting 3/3. BTS is getting 3/3 for his Mutas. What a madman. And he's got so many. He's got so many. Cornbread. Oh, good. Cornbread is out, and it turned out amazing. Yeah, Tipo, good call, man. He is absolutely looking at the Valkyrie tech and saying, nope, can't stop me with that. I'm making all of the Mutalisks, giving them 3/3 upgrades and winning that way. Again, Goliaths with 3-3 eat Mutalisks. Their damage output and their scalability with that upgrade is insanely good. Turrets still hit Mutas fairly hard, even if they have +2 armor. And look, they have to get out of here. Just too many turret hits. They're not as bad as 0-0 squishy Mutas, but they're still not really able to stand in there and take that. Trying to find individual vultures out on the map, see what they can do. You a traditionalist with your cornbread, 4 prime? You all about the honey and the butter, or the honey butter? This is a good game. sSak's Valkyrie tech has been completely shut down. He is still working on +2 air attack. +2 ship weapons. What? These Mutas are like, we don't care about Goliaths, we don't care about turrets, we don't care about science vessels. A Radiate should have been done like 10 minutes ago. sSak, buddy, where is your Radiate? How do you not have it yet? Oh my gosh, the dive bomb, and he just doesn't care about Goliaths. I think he should, but the 3-3 is helping immensely here. He's winning. He is winning. Who makes this many Mutalisks in a TVZ? Soma does. But other than that, apparently it's BTS. I love running the Cracklings down into a base that's being defended against Mutas, but not against Lings very well. That's a lot of turrets, man. Look at these Mutas. They're not stacking. They're not microing. They're just parking on top of enemy units and killing them. This is what Mutas can do when they have 3-3 upgrades and there's no Irradiate available. Just throwing that out there, folks. He's just parking on the Terran base, on the production, wiping out every Goliath that comes out.
I'll just massacre your remaining troops now and watch you die in agony. How would that be?
You vastly underestimate me, my dear.
I don't think so, Admiral. You see, at this point, I'm pretty much the queen bitch of the universe.
Irradiate. Not enough energy for an Irradiate, and dead before you get an Irradiate. Boy, I think Irradiate's probably done, but also there's no science vessels. I cannot believe he doesn't have Irradiate. He is going to shut down this 12 o'clock base pretty ably. This game is insane. I have not seen Mutalisks this effective at 23 minutes against a 5-basing Terran. Like, when I've seen Soma do this, he keeps the Terran player down to like 2 bases and wins that way. It's not a 5-basing Terran he's doing this to. He never gets up to 3-3. What's up, SS1 Mega? Where's the Irradiate? These Mutas are kind of getting thinned out. Okay, this guy's like, gotta stay alive to get 75 energy for an Irradiate. Must do. 144 to 110 supply. Cracklings on top of your Goliaths as they pop out of the factories. I mean, I like how he thinks about sending that Muta home, but not until it's too late. 6 o'clock base gonna die. 12 o'clock base gets saved by, I'm guessing, Lings and Mutas, considering that's what he's making today. These Lings do have 3-1. He didn't give them full attack upgrades, but giving them Adrenal kind of counts for a lot. The Mutas are back, but only in smaller numbers. Is sSak going to hold on here? I mean, this base dying is a major problem. Yeah, Command Center going to die. Not going to infest it. Don't have time for that. Sending Lings and Mutas in something of an A move over here. No, he does pull. Oh my gosh, the Mutalisks jumping on a base in numbers at this stage of the game with 3-3 upgrades. I don't think I've ever seen before. The Mutas are just fighting turrets, just fighting Goliaths. They do not care. They have no cares in the world. Lings helping to get on top of everything too. Finally, an Irradiate. And he splits it off immediately. Pretty good split, like an A split there. Irradiates are not the answer if the splits are insanely good, and they appear to be for BTS right now. I cannot believe how effective this is. Another Irradiate comes in. Another perfect split. Sends the Muta off. Dude, SAC is getting unlucky with these Irradiates, or BTS is a god at this. I cannot believe it. Yeah, Ling's on top of the missile turrets, making it easier for the Mutalisks all the time. The turrets going down means the Mutas can jump back in here whenever they want to. This is crazy. This is a crazy TVZ. Holy Hannah. Yeah. I'm like, where are the vultures been? But he's been forced to make a whole ton of Goliaths because of how many Mutalisks they are. Muta's jumping in again. I mean, we know what he's going to do. He's not tech switching into Hydras or something at this point. He's making more Mutalisks and he's throwing them at you with a 142 to 82 supply lead. These factories are going to die. He's making vultures, but that doesn't help with the Mutas. This is crazy. Crazy stuff. I mean, there were Valkyries, Albran, but BTS did not care. He simply didn't care. There were like 6 or 7 +1 Valkyries on the map at one point. He just came in with the Mutas and was like, how about you die instead? And all the Valkyries died, and SAC has been too afraid to make any more Valkyries because that happened. I can't blame him for it. The split here, not good. Not good. Okay, he's no longer a god at splits. Okay, okay. Mutalisks in a lot of trouble now. Cracklings cannot get up this ramp, at least not without losing 40 Zerglings. What's up, Phoenix? Happy Friday, man. I don't know if these Mutas are going to win. Like, I understand they're killing a lot of stuff, and the SCV count is not good. It's got enough money, though. He just has so much money to make more Mutas and more Lings and everything else. How's it going, Marsara, man? Yeah, he just made enough Mutas that the Valkyries were not actually a counter. The Scourge were a big deal there, too. Like, let's not forget the Scourge put in some work during those battles with the Valks as well. But there's just too much. There's just too much Zerg. And not enough income for the Terran, who is also broke. He doesn't have a bank to rely on, and we're back parked over the factories. That's it. BTS, you absolute madman. I cannot believe you won this game with Mutas and Lings. He did do other stuff. He had some plagues going down. He had a Dark Swarm earlier, right? He has Defiler things, but he hasn't used one in the last 10 minutes. It's just been Mutas and Lings against a meching Terran player. I didn't know this was a viable strategy. I did not know this was something you could do. So BTS maybe has opened the eyes of some players. Maybe we'll see more of this later. I don't know. Tipo called it. Sure did. Way to go, Tipo. Wow. Fully upgraded Mutalisks, huh? The outproduction was huge. The outkill was huge. There's a lot of dead stuff in that game. 67-3 on the buildings raise is huge for the Zerg. And then the outspend in 28 minutes. Good enough. Good enough, folks. So yeah, Zerg player gets the win. Insane. All right, let's head over to US West Battle.net. Get some live games going before I have to leave for my kids' band thingamajig. So, where is my... Yeah, so we want that. We want this. We want that. So this time I'm going to make sure I get rid of the replays I've already cast. So Bisu, Queen, Stork and Sharp, Rush and Rain, and then I did BTS and SAC. BTS and SAC was so good. RJB knows how to pick them. No word on the next soup. No. Laughing Games contacted me about maybe doing a StarCraft Evolution Cup. I like StarCraft Evolution. My viewers don't, but I sure like them. So maybe we're going to do one of those. All right, everybody's here. The reward request queue says we need to do an all-year base. Happy requested that. And a King of the Hill from Allbrand. So I don't know if Happy's here. Yeah, sounds good, Phoenix. StarCraft Evolution 4 Prime. It's StarCraft 2 and Brood War together, where one side's Brood War, one side's StarCraft 2, and they fight. It's really fun. I like it, but so many of my Brood War fans are like, you got StarCraft 2 in my Brood War. Ew. And my StarCraft 2 fans are like, you got Brood War in my StarCraft 2. Ew. And it's like, all right, you guys. All are haters. What about the next soup? SOOP. StarCraft casting with Laughing Games. Usually StarCraft 2, but maybe we're going to do a StarCraft Evolution. Both together's nice, says Starboy. Agreed. 4 Prime says he's a rarity. I agree. All right. We'll just go with all your base then. Happy's not here, but like, I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to watch. I don't know if he wanted to play necessarily. Happy, you here? Speak now or forever hold your peace. All your base cliffs. All your base cliffs. So it's a 4v4, top versus bottom. I think we can use map settings this one. Yeah, I think we have to here. It's a UMS 4v4 map where they spawn you on the top and on the bottom. So there you go. Savior's not an Evo hater. I know. There, you exist. I respect it. Okay, Savior Sword, Mutabomb, Starboy, Hybrid Master, 4 Prime, Gallons in here too. The download lag is problematic. Might have to rejoin if it's stuck at 0 like that. Woo! Detroit, all my base hops in. Gallons does make it in. Good job, Gallons. We got one empty spot. Feel free to join on in. Go for it, Tipo. Boom, boom. As always, check out Falcon Paladin Plays for Falcon Plays other games like Warhammer 40k Dawn of War Definitive Edition and things like Halo. And I mean, it's random as all get out. Claire Obscure, Diablo, Final Fantasy, Last of Us, Chrono Trigger. I mean, generally the games on this list are considered good, is what they are. So go sub out there, trying to get to 500 subs. Falcon Scout Guarantee has joined. If Savior never got involved in the match-fixing scandal and was continuing his trajectory, how would he match up against the StarCraft players today? Would he be an ASL player? Would he win an ASL? I think so. Savior's effect, he's a bonjour. Like, his reign of dominance was massive, was big, was like Flash-esque before he got banned because of match-fixing. So I think absolutely. I mean, he's old enough. Would he have continued to be awesome until ASL, or would he have kind of gotten older by then like a lot of players did, like Nada? Maybe. Didn't hear much about a new Warhammer game that's coming out, Phoenix. What's it all about? Savior did particularly poor after his meta got dismantled. Ah, so maybe Savior Sword could not adjust. Maybe couldn't. All right, Savior Sword, Mutabomb, Marsaragai, and Jericho. 4 Prime, Detroit, All My Base. I don't know who that is. Is All My Base Wander? Feels like a Wander name. You yelling at me, Starboy? Don't yell at me. It hurts my feelings. They can read you even if you're not all caps. Yelling! It probably is Wander. Or it could be RJB too. Either way, I think we're good. Let's go. Nothing weird about this. There's no UMS settings other than top versus bottom. Everybody's next door to each other. It's not a ton of minerals, but it's a good chunk. Actually, I'm curious. Let's double check what that is. Okay, it is a ton of minerals. Right, so it's fastest map amount of minerals here in a 4v4 top versus bottom. So, team top side is a blue Terran. It is Marsara guy. He back. We haven't seen him in like 3 weeks. Welcome back, dude. Jericho's here playing Protoss. Interesting. He likes Terran, but also good at toss. We also have a white Zerg player, Mutabon, and then Savior Sword rounds out team top side. Team south side is Detroit. Orange tossing it. We got a tan Terran, Gallons. We also have a red Terran, 4 Prime, and then All My Base, who could be RJB, actually, a yellow Terran player. Catch you later, Tipo. Okay, team top, team bottom. Make sure allied chat is on. Absolutely. Ooh, soup time. Sounds like Goda's making soup. Big fan of soup, especially in the fall season. Jericho calls out a probe coming up. Does get spotted. I don't think it's planning on cannon rushing or anything. Just kind of scouting out what's going on. Franken soup. Potatoes, beans, cabbage. They have all 3 races, says 4 Prime. Ew. Invited for soup at Goat's house. So the question is, are we going to get any kind of a rush from either team? Nobody's expanded yet. You don't have to. You've got 2 gas in your main. It's not, you know, not really your main, but it's your starting area. 2 gas and a ton of minerals. So you can't, I mean, expanding doesn't really help you too much. Macro hatches, yes, but second base, not really needed. So Zealot, Cybercore, or Zealot, Cybercore Gate. So both Protoss down south are going. All 3 Protoss down south are going to Cybercore Gate. Nothing too crazy there. They've got allied chat on, so they are keeping their plans hidden from us and from the other team. Yep, second CC up here for probably RJB, the blue Terran. Well, one of the blue Terrans. Looks like Mutabomb wants to take a base over that way, which is totally fine. I mean, extra gas for a Zerg is going to be great. Walling off their choke. So in order to get from the top side to the bottom side or vice versa, you have to take this narrow path. It's not like narrow, but it's narrowy. So it is getting walled off here by Team Red. Cannons are coming up from our guy Jericho. He's got Zealots here too. Oof, what a hiccup. Spanning over on the left side is Marsara guy and Jericho. Nobody's taking the top right yet. Savior Sword, probably leaving that for him if I had to guess. Who's going to get that one? Vulture gets a kill. I thought he was going to die to those Marines, but he's able to get out of there. Pretty good micro on display from Marsara guy. Mutabomb going for a lair at about 4 minutes. RJB is mecking and mecking Starport, probably just for upgrades more than anything else. Stargate on the way for Detroit, no real surprise there. Save your sword, yep, is taking that top right base as I predicted. Left it for him and just gatewaying for now. Little bit of a push here from Team North Side. Couple zealots. We've got Marsara guy here, and we have Save Your Sword. Team South isn't completely defenseless, though. Yeah, Vulture didn't get much done there. Dragoon's got 1 kill. Gets 2. And is going to be hard-pressed to get a 3rd. Alright, there you go. This is a real Detroit. Definitely true. That 26 APM gives it away. So a little bit of a poke from Team Red. Doesn't get a lot done. They kill some army units. They lose some army units. It's nothing anybody needs to worry about. Interesting that RJB hasn't taken a second base yet. He's pretty happy having 2 gases, which to me indicates he's probably going to go for a lot of factory units starting now. Dragoons, 4 primes, got the Vultures. Gallons has the Dragoons. Jericho says, you got to be ready for drops, man. We need units covering the middle. We need units covering the sides. Drop potential here is pretty big on this map. Team Red has nice vision over here thanks to the Overlords that Team South doesn't have access to. They do not get the Overlords, as it turns out. And the push in tanks. Do they have siege yet? I don't think they have siege. There it is. There's the siege up. So now there's a line you don't want to cross. He unsieges one of the tanks. Marsara does. He's like, where do I siege up? I don't know, because RJB's got tanks up here too. What's up, Bax? How did work go? Oh, did I forget to tell you guys? So my brother lost his job last week. It's complicated. He was basically an accountant for a construction company and got let go. And so he's unemployed. He's searching and got a job offer yesterday. So good for him. He was unemployed for about a week. Got a job offer at a different company, and it's a 15% pay increase for him too. And good for him. I was worried about him because he doesn't have, anything to fall back on like I do. Guess what Mutabomb's doing? Mutabomb is mutabombing. Well, this is exactly what that is, but yeah, Muta attacking up this right side into Gallon's base. These white Mutalisks going after Detroit as well. Detroit, not enough anti-air to save this bottom right second Nexus whatsoever. Got your first paycheck, Max. Nice. Very cool. Oh, this is really bad for Detroit. 30 total supply for him after losing a ton of his probes to this Mutalisk timing attack at about 8 minutes. Brutal stuff. Team Blue's kind of trying to break through, but they've got enough tanks defending against the tanks attacking. That's not going to work out very well. Just going to kind of sit there and deal with it for the time being. Mutas don't have any attack upgrades yet because it takes forever for attack upgrades or armor upgrades to come in. Yeah, SCV's going down by the dozens here for 4 Prime as well. RJB might start losing some at the same time. Team Blue needs scouts. Scouts trade really poorly against Mutalisks. Max. Dude, these Mutas are wrecking for Team North right now. I can't believe it. Nobody... Well, that is actually the trick. Is that at this level of StarCraft, a lot of the people playing Protoss don't like going Corsairs. A Valkyrie comes out from RJB. That's going to make the Mutalisks have a hard time. Pretty good micro on the Valkyrie there. Can't let it stop moving, as RJB said. Oh my gosh, more SCVs are dying. What's up, Hashim? Yeah. We got more live games after this one. This is the first one of the day. So, happy weekend, man. Happy Saturday. Valkyries and Goliaths. Whittling these down. No upgrades on the Mutas yet, but that's a 10-kill Muta. 10. 13 on that one. 7 on that one. Dude. But like I was saying, none of these guys will make Corsairs. Right? Detroit will not make Corsairs. Gallons doesn't like making Corsairs either. Savior Sword doesn't like making Corsairs. Jericho doesn't like making Corsairs. So yeah, a Muta opening in a game like this, where you know who your Protoss opponents are, is genius. I mean, then RJB made a Valkyrie, and that kind of shut the whole thing down. But that was pretty good, man. You're so hungover, says Hashim. Ah. Well, I don't know. Drunk StarCraft is still fun StarCraft. I believe that's what the people say anyway. I don't have any experience with it. What is up? Ultra gifting 10 subs to viewers, and then Valorant coming in as well, gifting 2 additional free subs on top of the 10 that Ultra did, because for every 5 gifted sub you do from now until October 1st, Valorant will give another free gifted sub to the channel. So Ultra crushing through. Bad Rasta TV gets one, says thanks to Ultra for that. Dude, Ultra crushing it today. It's a buy 5, get 1 free sale on gifted subs. Thanks to Valorant. The Mutas are back. They have a no upgrade. How do you not have upgrades yet? Have upgrades. Yeah, Specia gets a sub. Wajownik gets a sub. Django gets a sub. Marsara guy, Bad Rasta getting subs. Let's go. Cool stuff. Thanks again. I mean, Ultra already gifted 5 subs earlier today on the stream, so let's not forget about that. But let's update the support goal for the week. Yeah, that is good. So we got to do the math here. So it's 10, but then it's 12. So it's 60, yeah? 329 is my math right here. The Mutas just wiped out a carrier, which is not something you see every day. Hashim!
I like your style, friend.
For Ultra.
Ah, matching Ultra support is Hashim coming in with a $39.99 Saudi Real super chat. Hashim, thank you so much for that. Very generous of you. Yeah, you gotta match Ultra's passion for the channel sometimes. I know what Cardiac says he's trying to keep within 10% of your total number of gifted subs on the channel, Ultra, and that is a tough goal for anybody. So, finally, the Mutas have a +1 Carapace upgrade. Sniping that first carrier was so good. It is so good. Mutabomb's at 131 supply of all the Mutas. I think he was inspired by BTS. I think he was watching the stream and he was like, you know, mass Mutalisk can work. I guess. Starboy says there's a Ling spin happening. I found it. There it is. Look at that little guy. Little guy doing a Ling spin. His neighbor's kind of trying to join in, but not really. Yeah, Hashim, we can try a Phantom mode. Absolutely. You need 20 minutes to get to a computer? What's 20 minutes, Hashim? Like, are you at the cafe already or not? Yeah, he's going Ling Muta. He's totally inspired by BTS. Insane stuff. Hey, what's up, Rocket? TGIF indeed. Got your game cast with Live Wraith. I tacked on a Euthermal game at the end. Goat! Goat is inspired by Ultra's generosity and Valorant's generosity, gifting 5 subs of his own and getting a free gifted sub from Valorant.
Ready for your sponge bath?
I'm ready for my sponge bath, medic. You saucy minx, you. Okay, so carriers out. Pretty big number here by Detroit. Muta's thinking about it. Updating the support goal for GOAT. $359 on the week. Getting closer to that 500 support goal for the week that we do every week from the Twitch and the Red Dimension. Yeah. Superfly, it is hard to be not subbed to this channel. If you've managed somehow, nice Scourge connection, to not be subbed to this channel and you've been here for a while, the RNG hates you in general. But thank you, GOAT. Yeah, sounds good. Hashim, 20 minutes. Hop on in. We can do something there. Mind controlling the carriers. No, Detroit went carriers against Savior Sword. The Muta and Ling attack. The Valkyries are kind of just fighting the Mutalisks. Oh, and there's a Wraith in here too. Yeah. No attack upgrades on the Valkyries. Ling's all upon Detroit down this way. Unlucky with the Valks. What does that mean? We got Ultra, we got Hashim, we got the boys, we got a Hype Train level 5 going on Twitch. Bits continue the Hype Train. Gifted subs continue the Hype Train. Regular subs continue the Hype Train. Do donations? Do PayPal donos continue the Hype Train? I think they do. That's also available. Max. I think one Dragoon would be pretty threatening. I'm not sure I'd need a whole army of them. Dragoons are scary, man. Yeah, nobody's winning the battle of the middle, which is usually how this works. Look at all these Stargates that Detroit is working with right now. He's spending his money, too. He's spending it. He's got upgrades. He's got 3-2-2. Looking good, man. 40 APM for Detroit. Still, you got to worry about the mind control, man. Really gots to. 2-2 upgrades on the Mac. All these tanks have 2-2. Dragoons are at 2-1-1. Team South's tanks are at 2-1. And the Dragoons are also at... Oh, that's a 0-0 Dragoon setup. Gallons, where's your upgrades, man? Gallons is probably drinking. Maybe that slows him down, too, on the upgrade front. I don't know about this. I'm not sure about this strategy you have decided to employ. There are... Gallons is blasted. There you go. Get some upgrades, Gallons. Okay, they're all going to get mind controlled. Ready for this? How many carriers are there? 8. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. So we go 1. Ah, stasis means you can't mind control them. Ah, Jericho. Hey, Phoenix. Gifting, oh, cheering 170 bits. Excellent, excellent stuff there. Keeping the hype train moving. We'll just go 361 on that. Rock on, rock on. Corsairs against Valkyries is a battle we don't see very much, and generally the Valkyries win that one. More carriers pushing up here for Detroit. These carriers are going to come out of stasis any second now. There they are. Get mind controlled. Wabam, wabam. Wabam? Question mark? Where's the wabam? 4 Prime says, holy tank. Ultra gifting 5 more tier 1 subs, and then Valorant coming in and gifting another one to boot. 6 more gifted subs on a Friday. Ultra on fire today. Hype Train level 6 on a Friday. He's get to the total of 1,227 subs in the channel. Again, very hard to be not subbed to the Falcon channel if you're watching. I think is how this works. Updating the support goal again. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. So maths say 30 plus 361, 391. There it is. Rock on, rock on. Carriers trying to push against this mech setup in the middle of the map. Upgrade complete, says Goat. What is going on? I hope Valorant can afford it. What's up, Ansem? Hype train level 6. Not the biggest hype train we've ever had, but the biggest one we've had in at least a month, it feels like. Thanks, Ultra, for going. Thanks, everybody else, for keeping it going, too, including Goat, including Valorant, Phoenix. Incredibly good stuff here. Hydra's fighting against the carriers, but there are supporting siege tanks from Team Blue as well. Jericho and Marsaragai are maxed out. Mutabomb and Savior Sword are not. Detroit not maxed out either, so it's kind of an even match here. I like it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of surprised Valorant is still around. Like Valorant, I remember when it showed up and people were like, okay. And Tastosis actually kind of tried casting it, and it did not go well for them. And I don't know. I just didn't figure it would have any staying power. But if they're still relevant in 2025, good for them. I'm not a big fan of hero shooters, so it's not really my jam. But you know, if it's found its place in the gaming community, then hats off. Nobody's like, Valorant's my favorite game in chat. Yeah, generally, if you're not watching... What's up, Carl? If you're not watching... Or if you are watching an RTS game in 2025, you're probably not a huge Valorant fan. Probably also don't like Overwatch that much. Is that a recall? Oh, nice recall down south. By Jericho right on top of Gallons. No, snipes his main nexus. Who on earth has nukes? It's usually Marsaragai who has nukes. Oh, here it is. Here it is. No, he got... no! Oh, carriers all dead. I cannot believe it. He sniped the ghost. But the carriers died anyway. There was that tiny window where the nuke was already on its way, man. You can't stop it even by killing the ghost, and all the carriers died. Ah! Yo, I gotta turn the volume down on that one. Pushing up centered again. Must clip. Clip button was broken for me for a minute there. Come back. These guys bouncing around like idiots. They can't get through there. Blah, 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 blah. I gotta change the sound on sound alerts because that epic was way too loud. Nice. Level 6 hype train complete. Choo-choo indeed.
Ready to serve, my lord, in your name, for the king, defending your honor. Deo gratias.
Alright, kids. Who is winning here? Savior Sword's got 207 supply. Mutabomb's maxed out. Marsara's maxed out. Jericho is not maxed out, but that's a pretty strong group considering Team Blue's at 130, 140, 150, and 170, so... Upgrade. Hype train to level 7. It's too late. It's over. It's over now. Deo gracia. I don't know what that translates to. Grace of God? I'm just using cognates here, mind you. Well, in my understanding of French. And its roots in Latin, which again, anyway, Scouts, Falcon Paladin, StarCraft Scout guarantee fulfilled on the stream today by our guy Detroit, taking out enemy carriers. Team Red, giant drop, crackling muta attack, irradiates good, but dude, I don't know how good it is. All these probes are dying. Detroit, 150 supply sub, Nexus down, responding with mech, trying to clear this thing out. The whole army comes back to deal with this, and they successfully do it. Team Red needs to make a push while the center is being as sparsely guarded as it is. What's the highest hype trade we've ever had, asks Rocket. So Ultra was largely responsible for one that I think we got to like 13? 14? Can't remember. It was earlier this year. Like maybe back in February something happened. I have 3 brain cells. I can't remember. Okay, so Gallons is under 100 supply. Detroit's on 130 supply. Lexus is dying. Probe's dying. All over the place. Team Blue still has a pretty strong setup here with siege tanks and carriers. Yeah, might have been 11? Yes, I am a superhuman, Swanton Joe. Superfly says it was 12. Okay, I was pretty close. I was pretty close to guessing right. We've got scouts from Jericho as well. Kill the tanks with the carriers. I mean, there are 5 of them, which, you know, is doable. There's really not a lot of anti-air up there. That's a good idea, actually. That's right, Phoenix. That's a fun emoji. In their bag. Who's that? Whose emoji is that? I kind of want it. Okay, mind control ready to go on the carriers. Yep, got 3 more of them. Now there are not enough carriers to snipe down the tanks. This is turning into a bit of a stalemate, folks. Oh. Oh, was that today's emoji? No. I got a choo-choo one.
Nuclear launch detected.
I think I heard that ghost die. Oh, I do have it. Hooray! Ah, I gotta remember I have that. That's a great emoji. It makes me laugh. Anyway, nuke launch detected. Ghost died. No nuke. So sad. Scouts trying to shark around, make sure nobody builds any stuff on this high ground over here, because that could be a staging area for attacks onto their left side of the map. Got 2-1-2 upgrades on the scouts. The turrets were almost done. They were just about done. Not quite there yet. The Valkyries? I don't know. Valkyries against scouts is kind of interesting. If the scouts are split well enough, they will crush the Valks, but if they're all stacked up, the Valkyries will kill them. 2-2 on those Valks, by the way. They do so well with upgrades, because they have like 10 rockets, and 6+2 per rocket is a big deal. Mass Scout from Detroit. Like, hey, yeah, try to mind control every one of these scouts. How about that? I like it out of Detroit quite a bit. A lot of drones dying. Mutas don't want to engage too much with this. There aren't really enough of them to make a difference. Fighting cannons, fighting Goliaths. Not exactly how you want to be doing this. Plaguing would be nice, but you're going to catch a plague on the other stuff too. Like, plaguing your teammates' Nexus is not a great idea. Finally getting out of there. Then he tries to... Oh, he plagues him on the way out. That was a nice plague. Look at this. Look at them plagued and fighting. That's not going to go well for them at all. I mean, they do kill every one of the mutas. But all they've got left are shields, ba-bam, kabam, and goodbye. So all the scouts are dead. Detroit is knocked down to 130 supply. Big drop from 4 Prime on the position where the scouts were fully upgraded. Mech ready to go. They get plagued as well. They get plagued again and mind controlled. And this drop doesn't do crazy well for 4 Prime because he's trying to do it on his own in a 4v4. You kind of have, you don't have to. You can work with your teammates to make it better. Yeah, but everybody's worried about this top right side. I mean, as they probably should be. Nice plague again. And again, not catching anything important. I think he might have plagued one of these. I don't think he even plagued a Ling there. That's crazy. So yeah, plagued, mind controlled. They're sniping Dark Archons though, especially if they've done a mind control. They lose all their shields at that point. So they're pretty easy to snipe down. But dude, all of them die because they were plagued. This game is crazy. Crazy pants. Yeah, Devourers. Devourers are out. Oh, plagued carriers getting chased down by scouts with Devourers coming into the picture. I don't know if the Devourers are even necessary. I think every one of these scouts are dead. No questions asked. And yes, they are. And Detroit knocked down to 136 supply. Is that Gallons, though? Might have been Gallons' carriers. Just getting ruined out here, too. 83 supply for Gallons. Again, he's been drinking a lot. So maybe not making the best decisions in StarCraft. That's okay. No. You will not auto-attack something that's your enemy. If you get mind controlled and there already was a missile on the way to hit you, it's still going to hit you. But no more missiles will be launched. Recall... Guardians here from Mutabomb, Devourers from Mutabomb into that tier 3 Skyzerg stuff that sometimes isn't very good. But high ground tanking up here can be pretty tough to deal with. Both sides have access to high ground that can kind of sit above the enemy base and shell it with tanks. Just a matter of who gets there first. Oh gosh, the Guardians against Scouts. Where be the Devourers? The Devourers can't kill them fast enough to save the Scouts, though. I mean, if the Scouts run for it, then yes. Ooh, good snipe on that Defiler with the Scout control there, too. Not bad, man. Really not bad here from Detroit. I mean, now he's getting hit by enemy Scouts with the Devourer debuff all over it. And Valkyries come in to finish off the Guardians that were running from the Scouts. And tanks continuing to siege up on the left side and down on the left side. And a bit of a stalemate there, too. Scout versus Scout. Devourers in the mix. Valkyries causing problems. This is a good map for crazy games. Bam. Another one down. Another one bites the dust. Boom. 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 Nuclear launch detected. That's an obs. Obliterated. Good scan. Good scan and obliterated. What's up, YH? You missed the first 30 minutes of this game. I don't know. I mean, Team Blues got more map control, like they're further up in the center, and they've got this whole left side, but Team Red's no slouch. Jericho's at 274 supply. He's 2 racing. Savior Sword's been 2 racing, but I'm just not sure he's actually got much by way of enemy units right now. Or other race units, anyway. Sniped. I'll be here for another hour, YH. Dude, says Jericho, I said 3 times to build cannons over here. Gotta get defense. We're getting tank dropped and scout attacked and all sorts of annoying stuff over here. Is he going to just drop on top of these tanks? Yep. He's going to drop lings on top of the tanks. I kind of love it. Good clean out. These lings are all on the high ground, making sure no enemy structures are up here, which is a good move. Devourer plus tank is kind of an interesting combo. Devourer alone, not my favorite. Are they called sandwiches if they're shawarma? I guess that's the, is a hot dog a sandwich question? Is a shawarma a sandwich? I don't know. I've never really called shawarma a sandwich before, but I could see why somebody would. 4 Prime! No! 4 Prime! Buckaroo! Don't do it! I think he's out, man. What's up, Proteneer? Happy Friday, man. Or Saturday, wherever you are. I think he just got dropped. I think he just totally disconnected on us. 4 Prime. Rest in pieces, man. Yeah. Oh, he's alive. But is he alive? For how much longer? Usually that happens. It's not a good sign for the rest of the game. Yeah, Hashim is here. Heck yeah. He says shawarma is not a sandwich. Take that, YH. Hashim says it's not a sandwich. Stop calling it a sandwich. You uneducated buffoon. These tanks are still here, but kind of hard to get too much pressure when these tanks are covering as well. You got a Zealot unload. Okay, well, thinned out 2 of the tanks. There are still 4 or 5. Valkyrie shutting down attempts over there to drop. There's just observers over this way. Shawarma is shawarma. Hybrid said my Wi-Fi reset. And you stayed in the game? That's crazy. I don't know what these Valkyries are trying to do. Is he just scouting the enemy base? It's like he's looking for overlords or... Oh, I found some. And the Valkyries generally get wiped out. They're trying to finish off these mutas. They've... Yeah. Too much. Too much. Savior Sword says, make an Ultra. We need a Valkyrie stream guarantee. Can't have... I don't think we can do that. I mean, maybe we could. Scouts are more rare than friggin' Valkyries are. Although on my stream, I would say Valkyries are more rare than Scouts are, just because I have so many Scout enjoyers on the channel. Not that many, like, Valkyrie enthusiasts, you know? I don't know where that nuke was supposed to be, and I think it got wiped out. Nice recall right on top of the tanks. And look, you're gonna do damage here. Absolutely yes. Damage, si senor. This is one of those all-year base where there are just a few strong players on each side. And it is hard to finish off an all-year base. If it's not like a rush in the first 7 minutes, where one of the teams is just macroing and they get caught with their pants down and lose, these games go on for a while. Just because of the map design. I Shall Return, I think, made this map. Scouts are back. Double groups of scouts are back from Detroit. He's like, carriers are not doing it today. Obviously, too easy to mind control. So let's do scouts instead, which are less value to mind control, without a doubt. And faster. And, I don't know, pretty good against stuff like cannons, I guess. Okay, but then you devour, splash them, and then the cannon attacks hurt a lot more. That increase, where are we at? 8 spores, 9 spores. Yeah, they're out of range of the cannons though, so they're just fighting 1v1, which scouts are actually pretty good at. But then some Goliaths come in and help shut that down too, so all the scouts are dead. And Detroit not a happy camper that way.
Nuclear launch detected.
It's not a stasis nuke combo, is it? Ah, nuke lands anyway. Catches a good few tanks there. Okay, stasis shenaniganry. Another big stasis, but you gotta have a follow-up, man. You can't just stasis everything and then be like, we're good. Savior Sword is begging for an Ultra to steal the upgrades from. Mutabomb says, I don't have a cavern. I don't know what you want from me, man. Just need one. I just need your upgrades, man. Well, he doesn't have the upgrades. Obviously. If he doesn't have an Ultralisk Cavern, he doesn't have the upgrade, Savior Sword. Oh my gosh. Is this... Yeah, this is Gallon still trying to make carriers work here. Loses one. Doesn't lose more, but definitely could have. The number of Dark Archons there is extremely high. Carriers just fighting against cannons is tough. When you don't have enough carriers, you just burn them down quickly. Yeah, I should have figured in there was a blasted Gallons in this game when I made the teams, but that's all right. We're doing fine.
Nuclear launch detected.
That's it. That's the sound. This drop gets blown up. I think that's another dead ghost right there. I bet it is. Jericho's at 266 supply. He's got cloaked ghosts on the ground. Or cloaked ghosts. Cloaked tanks on the ground. Nice job, Hashim. Well, kind of expected this game to go on for a while. I didn't know if I expected it to get to 40 minutes exactly. Hashim.
I like your style, friend.
Phantom or FME, please. Up to you.
You got it, man. Scouts are back again to try to engage, but Goliaths are so good here. Stasis in them is pretty good as well. Good stasis. Good stasis. And here we go again. Another big drop here from Mutabomb. Hydra Defiler. Dude, one Dark Swarm here would kind of just ruin everything that's happening. Oh, yeah. Battle Cruisers? No. Goliaths? No. Yeah, these scouts aren't doing anything here either. There are Hydras inside that Dark Swarm causing major problems for everything. Nice plague on the Valks. They're going to die to these Hydras. Kabam. Kabam. We need tanks to handle this. Everybody comes back to handle it. Dragoons? No. Zealots? Yes, but there are Lings inside the Dark Swarm too, but the Lings are evacuating the Dark Swarm to go to the right side here and try to get rid of the two race stuff that Gallons is trying to go for. That was a pretty damaging drop. Gallons is pretty big. Detroit's at 23 supply, though. And money to rebuild, but that's going to take him time is the problem. Yeah, all the second Terran tech stuff that Gallons was building is getting wiped out. A stasis. This Arbiter gets feedback, but is buying time. Trying to get lurkers down here. Not sure that's going to happen. That Nexus is dead. And I think this is going to get cleaned up, but it did a big chunk of damage to Team Blue. That's a good question, YH. How are you going to eat a shawarma and play StarCraft at the same time? It seems impossible. So Team Blue should lose here, just because Jericho's at 300 supply. Detroit's out of it. RJB says it's a stalemate. Disagree. Disagree. Too quick to say that. I've asked for 2 bridges on this map. Yep. Venereal Disease 21, RJB. Mind control should not be allowed on this map. To prevent stalemates. I don't think this is a stalemate. I know you're calling it a stalemate, but I don't think it is. How are these lings alive? Hallucinated Ultralisks on parade. Charging into a million siege tanks. Not going to get a lot done because, you know, they're hallucinated dude. I actually watched a video that Lucky Noob posted on YouTube the other day where he's got some StarCraft 1 beta footage. Not footage, but like a build of StarCraft 1 beta. And hallucinations do damage. Hallucinations do their basic attack. They don't have special abilities, but the basic attacks persist with the hallucination. I don't know if that was on purpose. I don't know if that was like something that they were trying to change in the beta and it got in there by mistake or what. That sounds like that ghost got sniped out. Good attempt with a nuke there. Battle cruisers charging in, trying to clear this thing out. Good drop. But yeah, I was like, imagine if hallucinations did damage. Also, you could hallucinate off of a hallucination. You could take a hallucinated unit and make hallucinations off of it with the High Templar too. And I was like, what? I mean, obviously didn't make it into the final game, but that was incredible. We hit the target, Hashim. We got a ton of support today, both Twitch and YouTube today. So thanks everyone for doing that. Good super chats, good gifted subs, good bits, good everything coming together to support the stream on a Friday and making things work for Falcon. So heartfelt thank you to all of you. Is this game ever going to end? Can you hallucinate a hallucination, Swanton? Maybe I am misremembering. Last time I used hallucination was in the Brood War campaign like 3 months ago, and I was hallucinating Dragoons, but I didn't try hallucinating the hallucinated Dragoon. Swanton's going to try it for us. Good man, Swanton. I don't know how there are still lings down here, but there certainly are.
I like your style, friend.
Sniping the decision. Phantom.
Ooh, Chucky Prime wants a Phantom mode. Dun dun dun. We have disagreement in the ranks. Protoneer wants an FME. Chucky wants a Phantom. Hashim wants either. And I don't know. This is taking way longer than I thought it would. Gonna be honest with you. We might not have time for the free-for-all today. Might have to do 2 free-for-alls tomorrow, folks. At this rate, if this thing keeps going like it is. Another big drop. The Hydro Dark Swarm is kind of unstoppable here. Max wants a free-for-all. I know, but I don't know if we have time today. I'm on a hard stop. Like, usually I'm not on a Friday, but I've got a kid thing to go to. So I got to be out of here like 1 hour from now. I do not have the ability to extend the stream. So if this keeps going, I don't think we have time for a free-for-all if we started it right now. And we also have to do a Phantom mode or a fastest map. So this game is taking forever. I mean, Mutabomb's doing his best.
Nuclear launch detected.
Can we catch the nuke? Oh, it's a nuke from up here? Oh my gosh. It's a RJB nuke. Okay. Okay. Jericho says we gotta drop on the east side. I'll hold the west side.
I like your style, friend.
And yeah, King of the Hill.
Aboard this game now, lol.
All aboard. And yes, Allbran. King of the Hill tomorrow. You're in the queue. I see ya. I'm gonna leave you in there until we do it. So tomorrow we're gonna start the stream a little bit earlier at 11 a.m. Eastern, and we'll have some extra time for stuff.
Detected.
So we'll get 2 free-for-alls, we'll get a King of the Hill, we'll get through all this stuff. But today is a weird, weird day because of the 6 p.m. It was supposed to start at 7:30, which would have been a lot easier to make this work, but oh my gosh, the nukes. But then they moved it up to 7, and then 6:30, and then 6. And I was like, can we decide when this is supposed to be, you guys? So I don't know why they moved it up so much. Maybe other people had contradictions
Nuclear launch detected.
on their schedule. So it is either RJB with nukes or it's Marsaragai with nukes. Are we nuking here? Okay, left side, RJB nuke. Trying to clear out some kind of a staging area. How is MBA? A Master's in Business Association? Who the heck is MBA? Wow. You just snipe a ghost with a Yamato? They're kind of cool.
Nuclear launch
It
detected.
sure can, Hashim. I agree. Oh, stasising the ghost before the nuke can land. Not killing it, but stasising it. That's a good way. You can make it happen. Okay, so I just was mistaken then, Swanton. Good call. Thanks for testing that for me. Anyway, boy, hallucinations could do straight up damage. Insane. Hallucination was like 4,000 times better in the beta of StarCraft 1 than it ended up being. Also, Defilers had this ability called Blood Boil that was basically Death and Decay or Blizzard from Warcraft 2, where it does AoE damage to buildings and to units in the area. A ton of damage. It was crazy, crazy good. I mean, it's basically Plague, except it can kill stuff. So imagine Plague, except it can kill things. That's pretty awesome, right? Here, I'll find this video from Lucky Noob.
Nuclear launch detected.
More nukes. Battle cruiser versus carrier shenaniganry. In the middle of the map, red versus green. Battle cruisers are good against carriers if they can hit the bodies. Absolutely. Oh yeah, all the carriers are dead. Hallucinated ultras charging into the situation as well. More carriers coming up. Hallucinations getting obliterated because that's what they do. They're very squishy. Not as tanky as, you know, you want them to be as hallucinations. Yeah, here's the...
Nuclear launch detected.
I'm hearing ghosts die after nuclear launch detected, so that's not going to be a good thing. Plague catches the carriers, doesn't catch any of the BCs. Team Blue charging up. Here comes the mind control on the carriers. No, he saw... On the carrier, on the battle cruiser, he saw them too late. He doesn't have any upgrades for the battle cruisers because he's not making BCs, but oh my gosh, the mind control on the battle cruisers is real right now. Scouts fighting another plague, goes down. A cloaked ghost was down here. He gets killed by a siege tank. I don't know how he got detected. I imagine there are some observers flying around out here at some level. Team Blue forced to fall back. The mind control for the battle cruisers was a big turning point there. 4 Prime says, I have mind control as well. Yeah, Team Blue's gotta fall back here. Gallons, 248 supply. Jericho, 305 on the supply here. This is crazy. Scouts and battle cruisers against carriers. Siege tanks firing on Goliaths on the ground across the way and on the low ground there. Devours debuffing. Scouts finishing it off. Battle cruisers not targeting carrier body very well. And Team Blue forced again to fall back entirely. From what I saw, Swan, you can't cast spells with hallucinated units in the beta, but you'd had to have your basic attack. So Defiler doesn't count. They don't have one. What he did was Archons. Archons with a basic attack were pretty amazing. Battle cruisers would be awesome too. I mean, considering carriers don't spawn with interceptors, obviously not good. Siege tanks would be kind of awesome to hallucinate. Just because, again, hallucinations are squishier than regular units, but if they're doing their full attack damage, their basic attack, and they're far away, tanks would be a pretty good answer there. Hey, what's up, Nada? What's up, Nada? Thanks for following. Trying to get to 4,000 followers here on Twitch by the end of the year. So got a couple months to get there. We're at like 3,700 now. I think we can do it. So thanks for helping us get there on this side of things. It's mostly a StarCraft channel. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays are kind of experimenting with other stuff. We're doing Dawn of War Definitive Edition RTS. Warhammer kind of a thing. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. And then probably next week as well. But yeah, as always, bookmark the schedule. Sometimes I'll lie, but for the most part, that's a pretty good indication of what's going on. What's up, Shield Battery? What if Ling Speed was a Tier 3 upgrade? Cack. Trying to find a nuke on this map is not fun. It's gotta be another one of these. Oh, over here. Okay, fine, I guess. Guardians setting up on the high ground. Valkyries come in to shut the whole thing down. Yeah, the Valkyries just going to town on the Devourers, going to town on the Guardians. The Carriers are doing the exact same thing. This is not going to work out for Team North. Sky Zerg, unsupported, is not going to get down here and get anything done. We need tanks. We need supporting other stuff from Team Red. We've got a lot of stuff just kind of sitting around up here. If we're all going to push, we all got to push. Hamster, I agree with you on that. I think Mutabomb's done the most. But as far as a Sky Zerg attack by yourself down the middle of the map against Terran Protoss, it's not going to work out for you in the long run. We needed help. We need support from Team North here. Jericho's got 281 supply, but where is it? Like, a lot of it's just kind of parked over here. Scouts, Goliaths, siege tanks. He's worried about getting dropped. He's worried about getting recalled. He's not part of this engagement towards the middle. Go banana.
Nuclear launch detected.
Where do we think this one is? He had a ghost up here on the high ground or like under that factory earlier. Oh, heard a ghost die. No, it landed anyway. Ah, 4 Prime says GG. Team Blue kind of tapping out. Detroit's back up to 150 supply. Like, I'm really proud of Detroit. We're getting back up to 150 supply after getting knocked down to like 20 supply twice in this game. He is showing some persistence. He doesn't have 100 APM, but what he does have is some stick-to-itiveness here. That was him. Man, the number of nukes to nukes landed today, not a good ratio. It might, Ultra. It very well might at this rate.
Nuclear launch detected. Nuclear launch detected.
Oh, that's big. That got a bunch of the Dark Archons. Those were important
Nuclear launch detected.
to this attack. Dude, the scouts! Oh,
Nuclear launch detected.
catching it, but not quite.
Nuclear launch detected.
Okay, someone's going crazy with the nukes here.
Nuclear launch.
It looks like it's RJB. Bam. Yeah, he's just nuking the heck out of the center here to get these guys to fall back. How's it going, Specia? Happy Sunday. I think Ultra gifted you a sub earlier, too. Happy Friday, man. Lockdown. Carrier versus carrier, but one's being supported by ghosts. That's always nice if your enemy carrier group is getting locked down like this. Nuke on the center again. The abject chaos on display here. More lockdown on Saviors, carriers. Valkyries coming in. They'll fight against carriers that are locked down. They don't care at all. What a weird engagement this is. Upgrades are the same for both sides. The lockdown carriers, the lockdown arbiter, providing some support here for Team South as well. And the fact that it's not in the battle. Blings flooding down from the top side from Mutobomb. The Savior Sword army group gets wiped out. His carriers are gone. Valkyries are doing fire splash. They will hit some of those interceptors given half a chance. And Mutobomb dropping on this high ground position, trying to clear it out from what RJB's had for so long now. Another couple Dark Swarms would be nice too. There you go. A couple more Dark Swarms up, but right on top of the tanks are kind of where you want to get them if you can. Nice. Sounds like a beautiful afternoon, Specia. And a Friday afternoon at best. Weekend time recall of tanks by Jericho. Here on the left side, Team Blue in trouble. Recalled tanks, scouts covering, Goliath's covering here too. Goliath, scout, siege tank, arbiter. Look at this, causing major issues down here to Team Blue. I mean, are these expired refineries? I don't even know. Hey, what's up, Adrian? This is a live match. Yes, it is. You know how you can tell? Chat, tell the man how you can tell it's a live game versus a replay in StarCraft. Scouts against carriers. Carrier down. String right out. That's right, shield battery, no worker count, no production tab. Two easy ways to tell if it's a live match versus a replay in StarCraft. And that is specifically because the viewer base of Brood War demanded they not give a production tab to live matches or worker count to live matches because they never had them for the 20 years before the remaster came out. And we can't have them now. It'll ruin everything. And I don't think I agree with those people, but that's why. Like, you can hide the production tab, guys. If it's a live match, you can hide the production tab. It doesn't have to not be available. You crazy zealots. Haha, zealots. Yeah, K7. If we wanted to make these shorter, we could make these not big game hunter style mineral fields. Could make them regular, and then these games would be a lot shorter. It's true. YH, you'd put somebody in timeout for any reason under the sun you can think of, including you're bored, including you want to put them in timeout, and no other reason required. So yes, obviously. I know how you work. I know what you do with power. I've seen you with mod status before. No need to explain it to me. Team Blue. Gallons is over 200 supply. Artosu. Jericho's over 200 supply. Savior Sword's not going to race. I don't think he is anyway. Maybe he was and then he kind of gave up on it. RJB's advice generally has been, do not go to race. It's too challenging. Yeah, nuke. We got the nuke started, but then the ghost died before we got the announcement of the nuke. So that's entertaining. Savior Sword carriers putting in some work here. Good stasis, catching a bunch of the carriers out. I'm surprised we have so many carriers on the screen, considering how much of them have been mind controlled, how many have been locked down. It's so easy to deal with carriers. And at the same time, it can be very hard to deal with carriers as well. Oh, goat lagging out. Scouts against carriers. Well, the other buddies are only stasis. They can't help. They're out of stasis. Help your carrier buddies. Ah, Devourers coming in. More carriers coming in. The sky battles on the right side of the map had been insane the last little bit. Devourers just A-moving in. There you go. Now right-clicking on a carrier. This is insane. My gosh. Devourers plus carriers equals dead carriers. That's the math here, ladies and gentlemen. Every carrier, 4 gallons is going to die here. Every carrier for Detroit is going to die here. The scouts come in to add insult to injury. And that's it. This carrier group is dead again for the 27,000th time. But keep in mind, there's a lot of money left where that came from. Everybody's got huge banks except for Detroit. Rebuilding is not that much of a concern. And they're going to try to take as much advantage of the situation as they can here. Another nuke is detected. Where do we think our little ghosty boy is? I just heard a ghost die, so I think that nuke's pretty much aborted at this stage anyway. And yeah, the Goliaths get in there. The carriers have to flee. Oh, another recall attempt getting stasis immediately up here by Team Red. Guardians pushing here in RJB's position. Another, again, sound, but no nuclear launch detected message, which means the ghost died so fast. Ah, maybe not. Doo! All right. Some tanks down for Team Blue there. Guardian sniped. Guardian sniped. Guardian sniped. These guys come out of stasis and die to carriers because I think it was just tanks anyway. And just cannot make any progress here with the Guardians from this position. I mean, they made progress. I lied. Right? There's a whole big group here that was covered by RJB. It's not covered anymore. You know what we should ban from this mode is tanks. Tanks cause things to slow down. I don't blame the Dark Archons at all. I blame tanks for this. Tank line versus tank line. The internal game extender. It's why TVT is everyone's least favorite mode. Although I will say, TVTs are better now. in 2024 and 2025, because players have figured out that if you do a ton of drops on a map, then tank lines are obsolete. So if you see a TBT on the channel, keep in mind there will be a million drops in there, and it's not going to be two tank lines staring at each other for 35 minutes like they have been in the past. Jericho is 2 racing. Jericho is gray. He's got Zerg. Okay, he's 3 racing. He's got Zerg. He's got Terran. He's got Protoss. Sounds good, Max. Have we seen a Dark Swarm to nuke yet? As in, we've nuked a Dark Swarm? No. We have not, shield battery. Ugh. More nukes, guys. Oh, that one landed. That's not what that was. That one's up here too. Okay, so double nuke left side. RJB getting those nukes off, clearing out that area. We're just kind of going back and forth on it.
Nuclear launch detected.
Oh, there's the nuke dot there. Is RJB locked in as he leaned forward in his chair? How's it going, Jordan? Happy Friday.
Nuclear launch detected.
Red Ghost comes in, dies. Blue Ghost continuing to be awesome. Ow. Oh, I was going to say, weird place for a nuke, but it was a red nuke. Nope, that Ghost gets sniped out. Nothing for us. 4Prim's like, I want to eat. Why is this game taking so long? Burning. Oh, that was another thing in the StarCraft 1 beta video that Lucky New posted. Burning buildings don't burn down. Like, something could be at 200 out of 750 HP and not be actively burning down. You had the burning animation, but it didn't actually burn down. I wonder when that decision was made. Coming in, Dark Archons for days. Not really enough tanks to keep them away. That's interesting. I mean, mind controlling a carrier that's been plagued and acid spored is not exactly the greatest target. It's probably going to die soon anyway. Where are the Dark Archons going? They're bouncing. They're bouncing. Team Red working together here. Okay, everyone together in the middle. The Dark Archons need to not be back that way. They need to be here. They need to catch these carriers. They need to catch these carriers if they can. Team Blue actually has kind of a dearth of siege tanks right now. It's not looking good for them. Plagued up. Nice plague on the carriers as soon as it came in close enough. Nice plague by Mutabomb. There we go. Dark Archons swinging down. But again, mind controlling carriers that are plagued, not great. 4Prim's like, is it a GG? He's hungry. Gosh darn it. Prime is at 13,000 minerals and 5,000 gas. That's a fun nuke. Oh my gosh, that's a fun nuke. No. Everybody A moving, and that means the nuke gets 1,000 kills. Yeah, but they're still coming. More where that one came from. Second nuke doesn't do a lot. More nuclear launch detected. Why not at this stage of the game? Yeah, nuke radius is big. Not as big necessarily as maybe you'd want it to be. Oh, scouts! 4Prime says, well played. I have nothing left. They're on my front. They've got tanks in our base, which is usually a sign. 4Prime says, I'm bad at these games. Sorry. RJB has some complaining to do. There it is. Why is the old prediction there? I don't know, Jordan. Shouldn't be. I've got a prediction for team top and team bottom here. Gallon says, I think I sobered up by the end.
Nuclear launch detected.
Ghost dying. I don't think that nuke's going to land. RJB is trying to nuke defend the homeland.
Nuclear launch detected.
He's got a lot of nuke silos. They're up there. You can see them. Here's one.
Nuclear launch detected. Nuclear launch detected.
Here's one. If I cannot have my homeland, nobody will have it, says RJB. The land will be destroyed in nuclear fire and radiation. Man, don't let RJB be the guy in charge of nukes for your country. That's right. That's exactly it, Joy. All right, and that's it. That is it. Team North, Team Red, Jericho, Marsaragai, Mutabomb, and Savior Sword. Pulling off the win with one final push at the end there at about a hour and 10. Insane. Catch you later, Superfly. Woo! And that is a GG for Team North. Getting it done. Need more water. But also, we've got about 30 minutes left to do something else. So, game gonna crash. Game gonna crash. Direful Evolution. Thought that looked fun. Yeah, hour and 15 minutes of just push and pull and push and pull and tug of war and everything else. You thought there were AI, Swanton. Yeah, understandable. There you go. Game figured it out. So who? Look at Mutabomb, dude. Look at his production. Insane. What a great game from him. So it's just reversed, right? Him and RJB. He outproduced RJB by a ton, but he got outkilled by RJB. Classic stuff. Thanks for the follow, Dire Evolution.
Know that I am the Overmind, the eternal will of the Swarm, and that you have been created to serve me.
Thanks for the follow. Trying to get to 4,000 followers in 2025. We are making progress. Where are we with that, actually? Follower goal. We need 60 more followers to get to 3,800, and then 200 more to get to 4,000. So, awesome. So far, so good. Long live the StarCraft, Direful. Not wrong. Be sure to check out the schedule. I update it every Sunday night with what's going to be upcoming this week, so check it out. All right, give Falcon a job. Where'd Hashim go? Did we lose Hashim? I bet they do, Jericho. That was a long game. Okay, 4v4 FME. Hashim's in. Boltzmann's got to be in. I don't care about anybody else making it in. Hoorah. What's up, Sean? Happy Friday, man. So RJB hops in. He hates this map. Keep that in mind. He hates this map, but he's in. Hamster, Savior Sword, Hashim. Where did Boltzmann go? Boltzmann! Good game, Detroit. RJB said be right back. He said he'll join. So Jericho out. Hamster doesn't usually want to play. Hashima says, I was doing a 1v1 and I was winning and I left for this. Fair enough. Boltzmann, waiting for you, Boltzmann. Give Falcon a job. Swanswig hops in. You're not Protoneer. Wait. Are you pro... Oh my gosh, 3 names. Okay. Zwanzwig is in. Over... Savior Sword is in the last game. So he's out. So... RJB, Protoneer, Karlaws, Hashim, Mutabomb, Give Falcon a Job, Bazump, and Gallons. I don't know who Give Falcon a Job is. This is... Might be a little bit tricky. But... he's max. Okay, so that's max power. This seems fine then. Let's go. Hashim!
I like your style, friend.
For Hamster.
Thank you for the 20 Saudi Riyal super chat. Much appreciated today. Crushing it out there on the super chats as always. Pretty much YH and Hashim are the consistent super chatters on the channel. So other people are out there too. Always appreciate the support from people like Top Shelf and our guy Baby T-Rex who give it, but most consistent are those two. All right, Team Red, Team Blue, top right. It is a Teal Terran player. It's Karlaws. We got RJB playing Protoss on the right side. We got a Tan Terran. It is Protoneer / Boltzmann / Zwanzwig. People have a lot of names in StarCraft sometimes. And then Hashim is playing a Yellow Toss 6 o'clock. Team 2 is a Red Zerg. It's Mutabomb. He just played an hour and 15-minute long game. Was probably the MVP of the match. And is back again. Left side is an Olive Zerg player. It's Bazump. We've got ourselves a Magenta Protoss, Gallons. And on the 12 o'clock, it is a Dark Blue Protoss. It is Max friggin' Power Man. He back. So we got a prediction roll in. Team Blue versus Team Red. JT88, what is going on? Okay, prediction rolling. Red versus blue. Team right side versus team left side. Hashim in a vulnerable position where he's got an enemy right next door. And then 12 o'clock, that is where Max Power is pretty vulnerable as well. Nope, I'm going to leave in about 25 minutes for Prime. Right about the 4-minute mark of the stream. You see how I worked that out? How far do we think Mazump will migrate his base this time? 2 bases? Maybe. He does have a fellow Zerg to fall back to if he's in trouble. And same thing for our guy Mutabomb. That's nice. To have a fellow Zerg where you can build on their creep with a hatch and generally be okay. Like if you relocate to a team Protoss, you know, like you put a hatchery here, it puts creep everywhere. It ruins everything. It's really annoying, but you can fall back to a friendly Zerg and have a pretty good time. And this is the map where you have backdoor access to your teammate's base. One of your teammates' base. So right here, Gallons and Max Power share a little access point back here, right? And then Karlaws and RJB are sharing an access point. Protoneer and Hashim are sharing an access point. And then for Team Blue over here, the 2 Zerg share an access point as well. So it's a double-edged sword, right? You can defend using it, but also if somebody kills your next door neighbor, they have a new point to kill you as well. They have a new attack path. So you got to watch out for it. We've seen it go both ways for sure already. We haven't had this map for very long. Yeah, for Prime, an hour and 15-minute long game is a lot of StarCraft. That is extremely stressful for sure. Glad you had a good time. It was fun. I mean, I don't know. You contributed. That definitely was contribution. Sunken up. And the Zealots of RJB not happy about that. 2 Sunkens up. Good positioning on the Sunkens, right? Behind the hatcheries. They cover the front of the hatcheries, and they cover behind the hatcheries, too. Looks like Hashim was going to attack in there. Decided not to. We've got Gallons with a bunch of Zealots out here as well. They're like, if we can take down 12, that'd be nice. A bunch of Marines out down here from Protoneer, but it's a lot of Zealots. If you got your own Zealots that are tanking for you, though, it can be kind of nice to have Marines back there firing away. Looks like 2.8 to 2.6k prediction money. Well, Falcon chips on either Team Red or Team Blue here. So interesting to see it that close. Cannons up for Max. Yeah, he's fine. He's got Zealots to buffer. He's got 3 cannons. No. Definitely not. Yeah, RJB's like, nope, we're not killing that guy. He's got mass cannons. Well, 4 cannons, but sure. It's like, what if we try to kill 7? 7 is down here at Mutabomb. He's got 3 Sunkens with a 4th one coming in. So I think Team Blue's getting poked and prodded by Team Red, but they have sufficient defense to not die in the first 5 minutes, which I always like to see. Somebody who doesn't die in the first 5 minutes makes for a better, fastest map. In a team situation especially. Bazump says, more sunk. He's doing it. He's more sunkening. He could use some help. This is actually a lot of red at this point. If we could get some help from Gallons down bottom left at 7 o'clock, that'd be awesome. I don't know what you're doing sitting here, Gallons. What's up, Water Serpent? Happy Friday. Yeah, this lag is abominable. Who lagging on us right now? Who doing it? Sunken, 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 sunken. Hit, 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 hit. I don't know about this, guys. I don't know about this. They're choosing to engage anyway. There are a lot of Sunkens here. But the Marines are assisting as well. The lag is making this really difficult. But yeah, you can have all the Sunkens in the world, but if this many Marines and Zealots show up, you just got quadruple teamed, you're going to die. Gallons is coming in to try to save him. These Sunkens being alive when the defense shows up is really important. There you go. Okay, so Sunkens still firing. Marines attacking drones. Good target firing here, actually, from Protenier. And I think he's going to get saved by Gallons. Gallons has a lot of stuff here. He says, can we take down the main hatch before the defenders kill all of us? And I don't think they're going to be able to do it. No. Catch you later, Jordan. It looks like Bazump is going to live, or Mutabomb. Sorry, Mutabomb is going to live here. Good save, good save. Says nobody attacked the main. Cardiac!
A Cardiacs5 donated $10. Feeling bored? Ask your doctor about StarCraft. Side effects may include 4 pools, Mutal micro, cannon rushes and stream sniping allegations. Tell your doctor if you're allergic to crazy
critters or phantom mode. That's a great message, Arcardian. Side effects may include 4 pools, Mutamicro, cannon rushes, and stream sniping allegations. That's really well written, dude. That's awesome. Thanks for the $10 tip at PayPal, man. Good old stream sniping allegations. All right, so no one's dead in the first 5 minutes. I call this a successful fastest map. It's really bad when somebody's dead in the first 5 minutes and then it snowballs and it's over in like 10 minutes and it's just like, Lag is here and gone. Toy Cop! What is up, man? Happy Friday. Well, Saturday for you, Toy Cop. How is your weekend treating you? I hope it's a lot of sauna and a lot of beer for the Toy Cop. If you see a Dark Archon, you may have a heart attack. I mean, if the game goes on, we might see a Dark Archon, actually. Yes, that could entirely happen. Sheem says, where are we attacking, boss? Where are we attacking, sir? Excellent, Toy Cop. Glad to hear it. Good to see you, man. Cannons defending. Cannons defending. Oh, boy. Whoo, boy. Yeah, good defense. Good defense from Team Blue. Team Red's been very aggressive, which they can be, because they don't have any Zergs. You could be aggressive with the Zerg. It just kind of ruins your economy in the mid-game. Oh, they got a storm off on Max despite the cannons. Good sneak up there. Oh, good sneak. I think that was obviously RJB, I think. Max loses all of his probes. Well, except for the 5 that he pulled. That's good. I mean, it's a decent pull, I suppose. Drop! Reaver drop! There's a lot of Marines to defend, though. Go after the SCVs. Oh, they're getting pulled. Great pull. Great pull. Dude, these Marines are not afraid. And Reaver! No! Does get a good hit. Does get a good hit. Karloz does lose some SCVs, but it's a good pull and a good response there anyway. That could have been worse. He's still got a bunch of workers to roll with. I'm like, well, what if we hit him now? I mean, his economy's not that dead. 4 Prime thinks Red's going to win this. Did you put the Falcon chips on Red 4 Prime? Big attack left side, but that's a lot of Hydras for Bazump. I'm not sure that's a great move at all. Somebody is still lagging their absolute face off right now. Big attack on Karloz. He's got the tanks, he's got the bunkers, he's got fire bats, but again, it's 3 separate enemies here, at least 2 here attacking him. Max power with the counterattack, Bazump with the counterattack. We've got a big attack down here from Ashim on Mutabomb, whose economy did need to get rebuilt, but he's still got some units here for our guy, or from Gallons. So Gallons is here to defend as well. Dropship play was not what we needed, says RJB. Who's doing dropship play? Ultra's betting on Team Blue. Very possible. Yeah, everyone defending pretty well, except for maybe this. Yo, Protoneer dropping big time on Max. No splash damage for Max. But by golly, the cannons are doing a great job at killing these Marines. But it's so many Marines, though. Maybe the cannons are not doing as good a job as you thought they might be. Zealot plus cannon gonna be better, though. Yeah, cannons getting hits off. Zealots body blocking, body buffering, tanking as much as they can, but no. RJB was pooping on this whole idea. He was like, drop ships, lame, and he just killed Max. Hydra's doing a big attack. Wait, what? How did they just wandered into this base? Into Hashim's base, and now they're going to try to get over here into Protoneer's base. Okay, he's, again, utilizing the backdoor access aggressively. But yeah, Max Power's in trouble. Max has not enough money for a new Nexus. He lost his Nexus. Oh, this is problematic, man. Should have gone pink. Well, I mean, it was a good target because Max didn't have any splash damage. So that's not a bad idea, honestly. Whew. Yeah, exactly, Toy Cop. They're bad against cannons, but not if you have a million dudes with 2-1 upgrades and stim and medic support. So I don't... Yeah, I think Max is out. He doesn't have enough money for a new Nexus. He doesn't have a Nexus. He's done. What's up, Sir Goose? Thanks for the follow. Hydro Lurker making push top right against Karloz. RJB's trying to take out Bazump. Thanks for the follow. Trying to get to 4,000 followers on the channel by December 31st, 2025. Appreciate the support there. A couple new followers today, a couple every day. We can make that goal. Maybe. Oh, glad you're enjoying the YouTube cast as well. Excellent. Yeah, thank RJB for the replays, and they are really fun to cast at the same time, so appreciate it. And then here for the live stream as well, Sir Goose. Looking very goosalicious. You a streamer as well? I feel like you might actually be a streamer as well. Bazomp. Sneak, sneak, sneak. Mutabomb. Mutabomb. Hydra Lurker drop on top of a million cannons. There's no Dark Swarm here. But Hydra Lurker is going to do okay against these cannons. But the Marine support from Protoneer's helping a lot. They're losing a lot of Marines in the process. But every Lurker dies at the same time. Wow. Just win by attrition there from Protoneer. Holy Hannah. Carlaws continuing to get pushed up this right side. Not sure he can stay alive for long. There's a storm drop. Yeah, gets like half, 27, 33 kills on that High Templar. The lag is real. Big time hits there on Gallons. Can't be happy about that. Hydras from Bazump pushing south against Hashim at the same time. Carlaws continuing to lose supply depots, continuing to fall back. There are cannons here defending him, but I'm not sure how much longer he can hold on. Yeah. So how we doing? Hashim is hurt. Obviously, Max is out of it. Carlaws is hurt too. This is too close to call at this stage. Is he getting... Dude, yeah, Protoneer. Trying to get a drop over here, but there's a bunch of lurkers, and there's Hydras, which is pretty good anti-drop when it comes to Marines and medics inside dropships. They're going to fly over enemy Hydras too! No! Oh, he does have another Nexus, Max. Max has a second Nexus. Where is it? In pink space? Oh, right here. Oh, good job. Max is not dead. I take it back. Max is not dead. Hashim's not dead, but it's getting close. Hashim is building in Protoneer's base at the same time. Reaver pushing. Siege tanks will deal with Reaver pushes eventually, but they're picking around the edges and getting what damage they can. Oh, thank you, Hamster, for leaving to see if you were causing problems with the lag. How do they drop so well? Practice for Prime. You do stream, but you haven't been streaming StarCraft. Well, check you out, Goose. Go check out Sir Goose. Always good to have more streamer people available to watch on a Twitch. Good storm. Great storm. Not that hard, really, but, you know, storms are good. Trying to go with these Mutalisks is Mutabomb, which not too surprising, and considering what his name is. Hydra Lurker against all the Protoneer Marines. He's still trying to make Marines work at 15 minutes in a 4v4 fastest map. It is a tough thing to do. This drop on top of Gallons. Brood probe pull. Max trying to get the probes out of there, losing most of them. Good snipe there, taking out the High Templar as well before we can do too much more damage. This is absolutely chaotic. What do we got? About 10 more minutes before I gotta go, so hopefully this thing finishes soon. Yeah, Sir Goose, of course. Thank you for following. That was kind of you as well. So what do you mostly stream, Sir Goose? Are you an RTS kind of a streamer? Are you into other games or hot tub streamer maybe? Mutas on top of Carlaws. Lurkers unloading here too. And oh, Carlaws is going to get knocked out of it, man. Yeah, this is looking tough for him. He's trying to stay alive, but when it came right down to it, there were too many people trying to kill him. He couldn't defend himself very well at all. Team Blue working together to make sure that he is totally dead. Random Zealots down here in Bazump's base, but I think he's okay for the most part. Reaver, Carlaws knocked out of it, unless he's cockroaching. Unless Carlaws is somewhere else, which he is. He's got a command center floating down this way into Protoneer's base. Marines trade pretty well against Mass Hydra Ling when they have upgrades. It's the Lurkers they have a problem with, and the Dark Swarm Lurkers they especially do. Ah, variety train, Sir Goose. Well, that's fun. I'm trying to get a variety of games on my channel, too. StarCraft is my bread and butter. Like, these are the ones we do on the weekends. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we've got other stuff coming in as well. So, yeah, it's fun to diversify, without a doubt. Carlaws taps. Hashim taps. And now what we've got left for team right side here is RJB and Protoneer. RJB is going to have more words for me. Just wait for it. GG! Team Gallons, Bazump, Max Power, Schwunk, and Mutabomb get the win. So Bazump, highest point total, 201,000 points. CA outproduced everybody. Good job, Bazump. Outkilled everybody. Outlost everybody. That happens with a Zerg more often than not. Structures raised. Bazump killed the most buildings, and resources spent. Bazump spent the most. So good drops by everybody. Both teams, it was a good game. Nobody dead in the first 5 minutes is awesome. Team Blue. Right? That was Team Blue? Yeah, it was. Ready for war. All right. So yeah, join the Discord server. And did that work? I don't know if that worked. There we go. If you ask for them in the Brood War channel, we'll give you access to the maps if you want. If you're nice and ask for them, absolutely. Can do that. Yeah. Gotta head out, support the son playing the saxophone and the marching band. Whew. All right. So that's a GG. Excellent stuff. 4-hour stream on a Friday. Back tomorrow. Going to start earlier. Going to start at 11 a.m. Eastern instead of the traditional noon Eastern for Saturdays. There's a late football game, so we're doing an earlier stream. We're going to get 2 free-for-alls tomorrow to make up for today. Sounds like a plan. But thanks for the huge support today. Thanks to Arcadiox, Hashim. We got Chucky Prime. We got Ultra gifting like 800 subs today, as he likes to do. Valorant also gifting 1 sub for every 5 subs that anybody else gifted today because they're doing a promotion through October 1st. Phoenix with the bits. More Hashim, more Valorant, more Ultra. Just scrolling through. Sanko subbed with Prime 4 hours ago. YH super chatted. Goat super chatted. Connor super chatted. That is what we're talking about. So thanks for the support today. You guys are the best. Back tomorrow with more Saturday StarCraft reverse campaign and some live games afterwards. So thanks again. Thanks for Prime. Thanks Savior Sword. Thank you for linking the Discord, Toy Cop. Thanks Hamster. Thanks RJB. Thanks for playing Protoneer and everybody else. Back tomorrow. Until then, have a great one. Check out the merch store. We'll get a raid going, and we'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.